It's time now for high school baseball from your hometown radio station, FM 95.3 WKLM.
Hey, good afternoon. This is the 5th annual Sean Carmichael Classic from Tri-Way. Hiland a record of 11-0 on the year. They've won 24 straight going back to the last season, and they're taking on the Akron Hoban Knights, a record of 8-3. They won 3 games in a row. Stay tuned. I'll speak with head coach Chris Davis and head coach Derek Carmichael on the pregame show on WKLM.
Beachy's Auto, Diesel, and Tire Service continues to offer the convenience of 2 great locations on US 62 in Weinsberg and on County Road 201 in Berlin. The Weinsberg shop will take care of heavy-duty truck and fleet customers from 7 a.m. to midnight, while the Berlin facility will repair auto and light trucks from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Contact them in Weinsberg at 330-359-5421 or in Berlin at 330-674-6970. That's Beachy's Auto, Diesel, and Tire Service in Weinsberg and Berlin.
Premier Pharmacy has more ways to serve you. I'm Joel Gauss from Premier Pharmacy, and I'm happy to announce that our newest location in Sugar Creek is open and accepting new patients. Our location in downtown Sugar Creek accepts most major insurances and offers the same great service you've come to expect in our Berlin and Millersburg locations, including delivery and vaccination services. Give us a call today at 330-852-5146 and start experiencing the Premier Pharmacy difference. Premier Pharmacy is your local hometown independent pharmacy.
Denco Marketing and Tricor Industrial, 2 reputable entities, are the proud sponsors of this broadcast. Denco takes pride in distributing garage door parts and producing specialty tools, serving customers at home and abroad. Need superior tools for your project? Head to Tricor Industrial on Bowman Street in Worcester, boasting an impressive lineup of Milwaukee power tools, Wright tools, grade 5, grade 8, and stainless steel fasteners. While visiting, don't overlook their steel blue work boots and wide selection of drill bits, taps, and dies. Denco and Tricor, proud partners of making an impact in your community.
Taking on a large exterior home project is no small task. When you're looking for the best options in roofing, siding, windows, and doors, Provia products are the clear choice. At Provia, quality is engineered into the product, integrity is never compromised, and local craftsmanship delivers a stunning final result that will last for generations. Our experts at Keim Home Center are here to help you explore the possibilities. Visit Keim in Charm, Ohio. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, and the comforts of home are all gone. Be prepared for the next power outage with a Generac home standby generator. And now, for a limited time, get a free, complete 7-year warranty with purchase. That's a $735 value, absolutely free. Team up with Millersburg Electric and Generac today to schedule your free in-home consultation and a turnkey generator install. Don't miss out on the free 7-year warranty, so call today or visit millersburgelectric.com and be ready for the next power outage.
Hey, other guys' insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course.
At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
Viker Sand and Gravel Incorporated has been serving the central Ohio areas of Wayne and Holmes counties since 1935. They're a name and business you can trust. Their products and services include ready-mix concrete, excavating, limestone, sand and gravel, and hauling services. They are locally owned and operated, insured and bonded, and most importantly, ready to serve you. For more information, call 330-674-0038.
Firestone Farm Tires are the most preferred tires in America. Not only are they proven to be among the most productive farm tires you can buy, they're backed and serviced by the best trained and equipped farm tire dealer, the certified Firestone Farm Tire dealer. So whether you need top quality Firestone Farm Tires or fast, dependable tire service, count on us to keep you rolling.
Get your Firestone tires at Millersburg Tire Service, State Route 39, Millersburg.
Inside the Dugout is being brought to you on WKLM by Home Siding Contractors.
Alongside Hiland Hawks and baseball coach, that is Chris Davis, getting into this game, the Carmichael Classic against this Hoban team. And she has to play in this the second year in a row. Chris, she has to play in a venue like this, and also the new turf surface here at Triway as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful here. They redid the dugouts, and it looks really nice. Excited to play here, as are the guys.
Taking on this Hoban team, of course, he faced them at this venue a season ago here. That was a good game. Of course, had that rally there in the seventh inning, fell a little bit short in a 3-2 loss here. What do you remember from that game from a season ago?
We competed with these guys the whole way through, and like you said, we were right there looking to tie it up. That last inning didn't quite get it done, but these guys, my guys, remember that, and they want a little payback. So they're excited to be here again, play these guys again.
No question. Again, she has an opportunity to play against the bigger school and good competition. Something these guys always look forward to.
Absolutely. That's why we put these guys on the schedule. They are well coached and fundamentally sound. We have to play a good ball game and come away with a W today.
Other than that, a strong week once again for your team here. What is the other things maybe you're looking for your team today?
Yeah, we just want our pitchers to throw strikes. We struggled with that a little bit this week, but I have all the confidence in the world in my pitching staff, their ability to come out and compete in every at-bat, and we want to keep swinging hot sticks. We've been hitting the ball well this week, and we want to keep that going.
Chris, thanks for your time. Good luck today.
Thank you.
That's the voice of the Hiland Hawks head baseball coach, Chris Davis.
At Home Siding Contractors, our mission is to give homeowners a quality product, whether it's our vinyl siding or our energy-efficient replacement windows and doors. Home Siding Contractors is ready to turn your home into one of your biggest energy-saving assets. You'll notice the difference as your home will stay warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer. Call 888-725-6619 for a in-home estimate or find all of our products at homesiding.com.
Alongside third-year head baseball coach for this Hoban Knights team, that being Derek Carmichael, can set forth this Carmichael Classic team. And Derek Carmichael, of course, the son of Sean Carmichael, this being the 5th annual Carmichael Classic. Derek, what does this venue, this tournament, this situation today mean to you?
Oh, I mean, it means everything to our family. The overwhelming support of not only Triway, but Wayne County. And, it started with 12, and now it's grown to 3 different venues. It's something my dad would love. My dad loved Triway, obviously, first and foremost, but just loved Wayne County. And, my parents grew up here and stayed here and virtually have a connection to every school in Wayne County. So it's just cool to see this many people come out to this many venues and show support.
Awesome to see that. Of course, you got a chance to play at Triway. Now you see this new beautiful turf surface. What do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely. I probably would have had a little less airs with this beautiful flat surface, but no, it's turned out great. I think they haven't cut any corners. Field looks great. The new dugout looks great. The new fencing, everything is first class. I mean, Triway as a whole right now is first class upgrades.
Get a chance to play Hiland. Always a good battle against a state championship team. Of course, you beat them last year 3-2 in a really close game here at Triway.
Yeah, I mean, they do it right. I mean, I grew up. I actually played a little summer ball down at Hiland. They play baseball at the highest level. 1 through 9. When they're 6 years old, they learn the system. It is first class baseball in the state of Ohio.
Just for your team, off to a good start, 8-3 on the season. What have you been able to observe from your team? What they've done so far?
Yeah, it's a pretty different team than the last 2 years. A lot of different starters. We got a couple guys out of the lineup, so we're kind of figuring it out right now and just trying to play good baseball, one game at a time. But it's definitely a different group it's just gelling and yeah, it's day by day right now.
Aside from that, anything else you're looking for your team today?
Yeah, we want to be competitive on the mound, throw strikes, get some guys on. I know they're throwing a really good arm at us today, get some guys on, and just play good team baseball because we know they will, and try to strike at the end. You never know.
All right, Derek, thanks for your time.
Yeah, appreciate it.
As the voice of Derek Carmichael, son of Sean Carmichael, the head coach here for this Akron Hoban Knights team. Back after this on WKLM.
Inside the Dugout has been brought to you on WKLM by Home Siding Contractors.
When you're thinking of an old-fashioned smokehouse flavor, think Sugar Valley Meats. They cure their own ham and bacon, and the old-fashioned smokehouse uses hickory, apple, and sassafras. Processing, curing, and custom butchering are available, cut to your specifications. Stop in and see all the products that they offer. That's Sugar Valley Meats on Dutch Valley Drive in Sugar Creek. Turn left at the light, and Sugar Valley Meats is 1/4 mile on the right. Call today, 330-852-4423.
Critchfield Law Firm has always been dedicated to providing the highest quality legal services to their clients throughout Holmes County and surrounding areas. Critchfield Law Firm also understands the dedication of our youth. From the classroom to the music room to athletics, Holmes County's best is represented in every academic area. Critchfield Law Firm in Millersburg, wishing all who participate the best in their endeavors.
At Mack Oilfield Service, they offer specialized trucking, water hauling, dirt work, and general oil field service in New York, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Ohio. They have the equipment and manpower to tackle any task handed to them. The future lies in the hands of our youth, and Mack Oilfield Service is proud to support them. Call Mack Oilfield Service for all your oil field needs at 330-674-7371. That's 330-674.
Luxury for every home with Montana Forge Hardware at MRV Siding Supply. Montana Forge provides custom luxury for every home and is one of the most affordable luxury brands in the industry, with solid forged brass designer hardware manufactured to the highest standards. Don't forget about beautiful Montana Forge bath hardware, available in all Montana Forge finishes. That's MRV Siding Supply in Millersburg, Newark, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Visit them on the web at mrvsiding.com.
Insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's insurance agent. Hobron's Insurance Service, 170 South Clay Street in Millersburg. Call 1-800-340-3767.
MEB Systems, a name that has been around since 1977. It is the area's flat roof specialist. Their mission statement is, serve our team, customers, and community by offering exceptional and innovative flat roofing services, all for the glory of God. MEB Systems has the experience to handle anything from scheduled maintenance to roofing multi-acre facilities protecting valuable equipment and merchandise. Call MEB Systems, your flat roof specialist, at 330-852-4333 or visit them online at MEBsystems.com. MEB Systems wishes all local athletes the best success this year.
Bring in to grilling all this week at Rody's IGA. Hi, this is Scott Rody. We have Gerber's thighs or chicken drumsticks, $1.69 a pound. USDA inspected pork shoulder steak, $2.39 a pound. USDA choice boneless bottom round roast, $4.98 a pound. Plus, take advantage of our produce sale where you can mix or match super sweet cantaloupe, 3-pound bag of seedless Cara red navel oranges, and 16-ounce package of red ripe strawberries, 4 for $10. Plus 3-count large slicing tomatoes, 5-pound bag of russet potatoes, and 3-pound bag of medium yellow onions, 4 for $10. At Rody's IG Marketplace in Millersburg.
At Pomerene Hospital, you're not just a number, you're their neighbor. From family care and women's health to more than 1,400 surgeries they perform each year. Pomerene brings reliable local health care to patients across Holmes, Tuscarawas, and Ashland counties. Whether it's a routine checkup or help managing a chronic condition, there's a Pomerene provider nearby. Visit PomereneHospital.org to get in, get seen, and get the care you deserve. Pomerene Hospital, caring for our community's health.
Time is ticking and your dream home is waiting. This is Ben Hirschberger at the Commercial and Savings Bank. We understand that buying a home can be overwhelming, but with CSB, it's easier than ever. We offer a range of options. Whether you're looking to buy, build, refinance, or improve your home, our mortgage lenders will guide you every step of the way. Visit our website at csb1.com to apply online today and turn your dream into a reality. The Commercial and Savings Bank, where homeownership begins. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
So far on the season. On the other hand, you got Hoban off to an 8-3 start. They're only 3 losses this year. 7-2 loss to Medina. Also lost 9-4 at Cardinal Mooney as well this season for 2 of the 3 losses here for this Hoban team, and also a loss to Hamilton Baden on the road, 13-1. Other than that, all wins, 8-3, facing 11-0 Hiland. Of course, last year it was Hoban here at the Carmichael Classic, defeating Hiland by the score 3-2. A game where they led 3-0 going to the 7th inning. Hiland rallied for 2 runs, but it would come just short. And Hiland fell in that game 3-2 to his Hoban team. They'll face him for a second straight year again at the Sean Carmichael Classic here at Triway. Of course, Hiland out of the IVC South, where they're in first place so far at 7-0. Indian Valley is 4-2. Tusky Valley is 4-3 in the conference. Ridgewood 3-5. Garaway is 2-3, Sandy Valley 2-3, Claymont is 0-6. In the IVC North Division, New Comerstown is in first place at 8-0. Conotton Valley is 5-2 in the conference. Strasburg 3-3, East Canton 3-3, Malvern is 2-4, Buckeye Trail also 2-4 in the conference. TCC 0-7. In the Ohio Cardinal Conference, New Philadelphia in first place at 6-0. Worcester is 6-1 in the conference. Lexington is 4-2. West Holmes, who defeated Downton earlier today at the Carmichael Classic over Worcester, they won that game 7-1. They are 5-3 as West Holmes in the OCC. Ashland is 2-3. Mansfield Senior 0-6. Madison is 0-8. Stay tuned, more to come on the pregame show after this on WKLM.
Hi, this is Croy with Burgett Insurance. If you can't remember the last time you've reviewed your insurance policies, you're not alone. Burgett Insurance and Buckeye Insurance Group work together to make sure you are properly covered. Call the friendly, knowledgeable staff of Burgett Insurance at 330-276-3791. We provide service that exceeds expectations and coverage that meets your needs. Buckeye Insurance Group and Burgett Insurance, working together to protect you.
Attention Knights Nation, this is Noah Clark with Clark Fowler Electric. As a proud sponsor of West Home Sports from T-ball all the way through high school, Clark Fowler Electric Motors and Supplies is on top of the game. With almost 3 decades as the area's leading provider in parts, repairs, and service, Clark Fowler is a team that you can count on. If you've had a breakdown, we'll get you back up and running and get you back into the game. Visit ClarkFowlerElectric.com for more details and information and all your electric motor needs. Go Knights!
At Wayne Door, we are your trusted partner in helping you build your dream home with quality technicians who pay attention to every detail so you won't have to pay costly future repairs. At Wayne Door, we only install high-quality products to protect your family for generations to come. We have your whole house covered with garage doors, windows, and more. So choose the team at Wayne Door. People you can trust since 1973. Visit waynedoor.com for a free quote today.
Looking for a path to real-world business skills for your child? Discover Buckeye Career Center's Buckeye Business Academy at East Holmes during our open house on Tuesday, April 29th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Learn practical skills like accounting, personal finance, computer training, and more. Meet the instructor, tour the classroom, and apply for next school year. Join us at the Buckeye Business Academy inside the Holmes Center for the Arts at 5200 State Route 39 on April 29th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m.
Call Berlin Heating and Cooling, your Rheem Pro partner, and you know you're calling the very best. Berlin Heating and Cooling services and installs Rheem and all types of furnaces and air conditioning equipment. Berlin Heating and Cooling, they're your local team you can trust. Call them today at 330-893-3057. That's 330-893-3057.
The secret's out. Thread and Ink in Holmesville is open to take care of your custom apparel, embroidery, and screen printing needs. They offer a storefront with apparel for West Holmes, Hiland, and surrounding schools. Whether it's school spirit wear, professional business attire, accessories, or unique custom designs, they deliver excellence in every product. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 till 5. Thread and Ink is located at 8210 County Road 245 in Holmesville. Or call Justine at 330-279-9222. That's Thread and Ink, custom embroidery and screen printing in Holmesville.
With today's market instability, many homeowners are looking to upgrade their existing home rather than buy or build a new one. At Home Siding Contractors, we know choosing the many colors and styles of siding, replacement windows, and doors can be overwhelming. At Home Siding Contractors, we can help make that decision easier. Durability, beauty, and low maintenance over time describes our products the best. Call Home Siding Contractors today at 888-725-6619 and let our professional staff help upgrade your home today.
Beachy's Auto, Diesel, and Tire Service continues to offer the convenience of 2 great locations on US 62 in Winesburg and on County Road 201 in Berlin. The Winesburg shop will take care of heavy-duty truck and fleet customers from 7 a.m. to midnight, while the Berlin facility will repair auto and light trucks from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Contact them in Winesburg at 330-359-5421 or in Berlin at 330-674-6970. That's Beachy's Auto, Diesel, and Tire Service in Winesburg and Berlin.
Today's starting line is being brought to you by Holmes Wayne Electric Cooperative. Heard of a utility company that sends you money? We do. Cooperatives are member-owned, receive their power from us. You receive capital patronage. Last year, over $1.5 million was returned to our members. That's the cooperative difference. Starting today for the Hoban Knights, and leading things off, that'll be senior shortstop Will Givens. Batting second is the junior center fielder Grady Falkenstein. Batting third is senior first baseman Andrew Karhoff. While in a cleanup spot will be junior right fielder Brady Walker. In the fifth spot, that'll be sophomore DH and Cole Andrews. He'll be DHing for the starting pitcher. That is senior Jack Hardesty. Batting fifth is going to be a senior catcher in Blake Banton. And the seventh slot, that'll be sophomore third baseman Dashiell Hemlick. Batting eighth is senior second baseman Caden Marks. And batting ninth is senior left fielder Nico Sella. Hoban a record of 8-3. They won 3 straight. They're coached by Derek Carmichael in his third season. For the Hiland Hawks, leading things off, junior right fielder Mike Miller. Batting second is senior center fielder Colin Koblenz. In the third slot, that's senior pitcher Caden Koblenz. In a cleanup spot for Hiland, junior third baseman Grady Monagold. Batting fifth is senior catcher Danny Hostether. In the sixth slot, that is senior second baseman Caden Cannell. While batting seventh is junior left fielder Logan Yoder. Batting eighth, that is senior first baseman Luke Hirschberger. In the ninth slot, that is senior shortstop Keith Hirschberger. Hiland a record of 11-0 on the year. They won 24 consecutive games going back to last season. They're coached by Chris Dagus in his 8th season. And the starting lineup is brought to you by Holmes Wayne Electric Cooperative. Receive your power from them. Then receive Ohio Cooperative Living Magazine once a month. Packed full of information, this is their way of staying in touch with their member owners who receive their service. Also, don't forget to follow them on Facebook for energy efficiency tips, outage communications, and the latest activities and initiatives of your local cooperative. Stay tuned, the national anthem and more after this on WKLM.
Premier Pharmacy has more ways to serve you. I'm Joel Gauss from Premier Pharmacy, and I'm happy to announce that our newest location in Sugar Creek is open and accepting new patients. Our location in downtown Sugar Creek accepts most major insurances and offers the same great service you've come to expect in our Berlin and Millersburg locations, including delivery and vaccination services. Give us a call today at 330-852-5146 and start experiencing the Premier Pharmacy difference. Premier Pharmacy is your local hometown independent pharmacy.
Denco Marketing and Tricor Industrial, 2 reputable entities, are the proud sponsors of this broadcast. Denco takes pride in distributing garage door parts and producing specialty tools, serving customers at home and abroad. Need superior tools for your project? Head to Tricor Industrial on Bowman Street in Worcester, boasting an impressive lineup of Milwaukee power tools, Wright tools, grade 5, grade 8, and stainless steel fasteners. While visiting, don't overlook their steel blue work boots and wide selection of drill bits, taps, and dies. Denco and Tricor. Once again, today's national anthem has been brought to you by the Holmes County Veteran Services in Millersburg. We'll be back around with some discussion with John Monagold and the opening pitch coming up next on WKLM.
Taking on a large exterior home project is no small task. When you're looking for the best options in roofing, siding, windows, and doors, Provia products are the clear choice. At Provia, quality is engineered into the product, integrity is never compromised, and local craftsmanship delivers a stunning final result that will last for generations. Our experts at Keim Home Center are here to help you explore the possibilities. Visit Keim in Charm, Ohio. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, and the comforts of home are all gone. Call today or visit millersburgelectric.com and be ready for the next power outage.
Other good guy's insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course.
At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
Vickers Sand and Gravel Incorporated has been serving the central Ohio areas of Wayne and Holmes counties since 1935. They're a name and business you can trust. Their products and services include ready-mix concrete, excavating, limestone, sand and gravel, and hauling services. They are locally owned and operated, insured and bonded, and most importantly, ready to serve you. For more information, call 330-6
Tires or fast, dependable tire service. Count on us to keep.
Get your Firestone tires at Millersburg Tire Service, State Route 39, Millersburg.
When you're thinking of an old-fashioned smokehouse flavor, think Sugar Valley Meats. They cure their own ham and bacon, and the old-fashioned smokehouse uses hickory, apple, and sassafras. Processing, curing, and custom butchering are available, cut to your specifications. Stop in and see all the products that they offer. That's Sugar Valley Meats on Dutch Valley Drive in Sugar Creek. Turn left at the light, and Sugar Valley Meats is 1/4 mile on the right. Call today, 330-852-4423.
Critchfield Law Firm has always been dedicated to providing the highest quality legal services to their clients throughout Holmes County and surrounding areas. Critchfield Law Firm also understands the dedication of our youth. From the classroom to the music room to athletics, Holmes County's best is represented in every academic area. Critchfield Law Firm in Millersburg, wishing all who participate the best in their endeavors.
At Mack Oilfield Service, they offer specialized trucking, water hauling, dirt work, and general oil field service in New York, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Ohio. They have the equipment and manpower to tackle any task handed to them. The future lies in the hands of our youth, and Mack Oilfield Service is proud to support them. Call Mack Oilfield Service for all your oil field needs at 330-674-7371. That's 330-674-7371.
Get luxury for every home with Montana Forge Hardware at MRV Siding Supply. Montana Forge provides custom luxury for every home and is one of the most affordable luxury brands in the industry, with solid forged brass designer hardware manufactured to the highest standards. Don't forget about beautiful Montana Forge bath hardware available in all Montana Forge finishes. That's MRV Siding Supply in Millersburg, Newark, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Visit them on the web at mrvsiding.com.
Get your siding supplies from the siding guys. MRV Siding Supply.
Road 624 Millersburg. Call 800-524-7436 or on the web, mrvsiding.com. Matt Croy alongside John Monagold. Bro, glad to have you with us on FM 95.3 and WKLM-FM.com. We're also video live streaming this contest on the WKLM YouTube page, courtesy of our partnership with Claxon Communications. And it is Gage Wright who's producing today's live stream coverage, while working also helping out Casey Claxon along with the videographer and cameraman, that being Andrew Dunlap as well, helping you bring you this live stream coverage. Go to YouTube, search WKLM Radio to find the live stream coverage for this afternoon's game. Of course, we also live stream the West Holmes Downton game here, a part of the Carmichael Classic. That was over at Worcester High School, one of the three venues being used for the Carmichael Classic in its fifth year, and that along with Hillsdale. But West Holmes won that game 7-1 over Downton. Dominant performance by Manny Camacho on the mound, 17 strikeouts in that performance. West Holmes got the win. Hiland will be the visitors on the scoreboard today. They'll be at the plate first, leading things off for them. Mike Miller, followed by Colin Koblenz, Caden Koblenz, Grady Monagold, Danny Hostother, Caden Cannell, Logan Yoder, Luke Hirschberger, and Keith Hirschberger rounds out the lineup. For Hoban at first is Andrew Karhoff. At second is Caden Marks. The shortstop, Will Givens. At third, Dashiell Hemlick. And left is Nico Sella. In center, Grady Falkenstein. Brady Walker, I should say, is in right field, while Blake Bantam is at catching. And pitching today is senior Jack Hardesty through 13 innings pitched, allowing 3 runs, 1 earned, a .538 ERA. He's allowed just 1 walk, and also on the season while striking out 18 batters on the year. Mike Miller to lead things off. Miller in that leadoff slot, he's been outstanding here, batting .438 on the season and has 5 RBIs. That pitch going to be down low for a ball. John Monaco alongside, and Mike Miller will set it in very well in that leadoff slot for this Hiland team.
Yeah, Hiland's been searching for a leadoff hitter here a little bit. They were able to move Caden Koblenz down in the lineup, and Mike has done a really good job.
Check swing, the pitch down low. He holds it. Ball 2. Beautiful turf surface here at Triway in its first year.
Yes, it is. Got the purple outline, and the Titans behind home plate looks pretty sharp.
Certainly does. I know there's doing some more work kind of around the field also. That'll be in place by next season. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss and a hard cut by Mike Miller. Goes to 2 balls and a strike on the throw by the right-hander Jack Hardesty.
Yeah, Hardesty's a Bluffton commit, so you're thinking he's going to pound the strike zone, be around the plate.
Here's the wide and the pitch. So I'm going to be fouled away. Count evens up now at 2 balls and 2 strike. We know from a season ago, of course, Hoban team, very good baseball themselves, and really a tight game last year when Hiland faces Hoban team.
Yeah, a couple swings changed that game last year. Hoban had a D1 commit, hit 2 home runs.
Here's the wide and the pitch. High. Miller lays off it. Ball 3. Full count now to Mike Miller.
That's what you like to see out of your leadoff hitter. See some pitches. Mike laid off a tough one there in that check swing, and full count here.
Here's the payoff. Going to be down low. He holds the swing. No, he's going to call strike 3 instead.
Kind of similar spot as the one he checked his swing on.
No doubt. So brings him up there, so there's now 1 away. Here's Colin Koblenz, who bats from the left side, wearing number 7, senior center fielder. And for Colin, comes in batting .486, 2 homers, and 6 runs batted in. Here's the wind and the offering by Hardesty. A fastball going to be just a bit high, ball 1. 1 down, nobody more, top of the first, no score.
Colin's having a solid season.
And that'll be a called strike on the inside corner. Got checked his swing, he held it. Breaking ball falls in there, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And it kind of looks like Hardesty's release point on his fastball and curveball are really similar, so that makes it tough to pick up.
The 1 and the 1-1. Check swing went too far on the breaking ball in the dirt, in the turf, I should say, for strike 2, 1-2 the count.
First time through the lineup, you kind of got to see what the pitcher has.
Here's the pitch. So I want to be fouled straight back, but no question, you look at this lineup, you got 2 Koblenz's back-to-back. That's tough for any pitcher to deal with.
Yeah, it's kind of unique having twins, and they're both super athletic and hit the ball.
Here's the 1, the 1-2 again. That's high. He lays off it. Good take. 2 balls, 2 strikes down to Colin Koblenz.
Both of them are great kids. You couldn't ask. They work hard. Love to play the game of baseball.
What you like to see. Hardesty. He deals down the pitch. Check swing bounces down the first base. Throws to the first base. Going to be just in time for the second out of the inning.
A little swinging bunt down the first baseline there. Colin Speed, he almost beat it out. Nice play by the pitcher to get off the mound quick, get it over to his first baseman.
Yeah, you can't mess around running down that first baseline. 2 down, nobody aboard, nothing to score. And at the plate, Caden Koblenz, who bats from the right side, wearing number 23, the senior pitcher, batting .375, 2 homers himself, and 7 RBIs. The pitch. Down low, hits the turf for ball 1.
And so far, we're seeing a lot of curveballs, which understandably so, this Hiland team can turn around a fastball.
Yes, they can. Here's the 1 and the 1-0. Fastball just a bit high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes to Caden Koblenz.
A couple of these fastballs have been up in the zone. I'm sure that's not the location he wanted that pitch.
Here's the 1 and the pitch. Swung on me, chopped foul to the backstop. Goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Cloudy overhead. A little chillier day here today. I'm understanding the weather's going to get back to being pretty warm the next couple of days after this.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We're ready for it.
Yes, we are. Here's the 2-1. Going to be a fastball on the outside corner, a cold strike. Good pitch there. Goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Koblenz.
It looks like his fastball's got a little late life to it.
Hardesty. The wide and the pitch. So we're going to be a foul tipped out of the mid of the catcher. Blake Bantham couldn't hold on. He'll stay alive, does Caden Koblenz.
Yeah, did a good job just to get a piece of that ball. Catcher wasn't able to keep it in his mitt. New life here. See if he can put a ball in play.
Hardesty now with the pitch. Curveball down low. He lays off it. Good take that time for ball 3.
And that's one of those things. And now you're into the third batter, kind of getting a little bit of a pitch sequence here.
Second full count of the inning so far. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, went too far, strike three. Grabbed out of the turf and thrown to first base by catcher Blake Bantham in time for the out. So 1-2-3 it goes for Hiland in the top of the first. No score. This is the Carmichael Classic on WKLM.
Get luxury for every home with Montana Forge Hardware and MRV Siding Supply. Montana Forge provides custom luxury for every home and is one of the most affordable luxury brands in the industry with solid forged brass designer hardware manufactured to the highest standards. Don't forget about beautiful Montana Forge bath hardware available in all Montana Forge finishes. That's MRV Siding Supply in Millersburg, Newark, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Visit them on the web at mrvsiding.com.
Get your siding supplies from the siding guys. MRV Siding Supply.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's insurance agent. Hobron's Insurance Service, 170 South Clay Street in Millersburg. Call 1-800-340-3767.
MEB Systems, a name that has been around since 1977. It is the area's flat roof specialist. Their mission statement is, serve our team, customers, and community by offering exceptional and innovative flat roofing services, all for the glory of God. MEB Systems has the experience to handle anything from scheduled maintenance to roofing multi-acre facilities protecting valuable equipment and merchandise. Call MEB Systems, your flat roof specialist, at 330-852-4333 or visit them online at MEBsystems.com. MEB Systems wishes all local athletes the best success this year.
Home half of the first inning, no score from the 5th annual Sean Carmichael Classic at Triway. And leading things off for Hoban will be Will Givens, followed by Grady Falkenstein, Andrew Karhoff, Brady Wachter, Colt Andrews, Blake Bantham, Dashiell Hemlick, and Kada Marks and Nico Sella. In the field for Hiland at first is Luke Hirschberger. Hayden Candles, the second baseman. Keith Hirschberger's at short. Brady Monagle to third. Logan Yoder's in left. Colin Koblenz in center. Mike Miller's in right field. Catching is Danny Hostother. And on the mound and pitching is senior right-hander Caden Koblenz as well. He'll be facing Will Givens, who bats from the right side, wearing number 8. The senior shortstop is batting .182 and has 1 RBI. Caden Koblenz, a record of 4-0 on the mound for the season. 24 innings pitched. And for him, allowing 2 runs, just 1 earned. And 10 hits, striking out 31 batters, walking 8, hitting 2, a .29 earned run average. He's been outstanding once again. The wind, the pitch, a curveball. That's going to be down low. It's going to be ball 1.
Just a little bit below the knees on the outside corner.
A good looking curve, just as you mentioned, a bit low. Here's the wind and the second offering. Fastball going to be in there for a called strike. Goes 1 ball, 1 strike to Givens.
A little delayed on that call, but good pitch. Outside corner.
Good
Keep it down. Live down there.
Here's the winding and the pitch. And it'll be about the same spot and same result, a cold strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Givens.
Yeah, went back to the curveball there. You don't expect to see leadoff hitting under 200 here, but I'm sure he's hitting there for a reason. He's got to have speed, especially for playing for a program like Hoban.
Obviously play a tough schedule, no doubt. Here's the winding and the 1-2 offering. Now low, hits the turf, scooped up by Hostother. Goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes to Givens.
Yeah, he held on to that curve a little bit too long.
Yep. Toes the rubber again. Koblenz the winding and the pitch. That'll be down low again. Hits the turf. Bounces in there for ball 3. Now a full count. All part of the pitcher in that first inning trying to find it. That feel early on.
It's crucial, and it's colder today.
The payoff. He swung up, be a grounder toward third. It'll be scooped up by Monagle. Sliding grab, throws the first, in time for the out. What a play by Grady Monagle. The sliding grab off the turf. He made the throw, and there's down 1 down.
Yeah, did a nice job. Did a little slide, popped up, and strong throw.
Gets most teams. That gets in that hole for a base hit, but not that time. And there's now 1 out. Here's Grady Falkenstein. He bats from the right side, wearing number 1, the junior center fielder. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's going to be a fly ball, fairly deep left field going back. It's going to be off the fence. Around first base, Falkenstein digging for second, and he will slide in safely. Good hustle to get in there. Hiland did a good job getting that ball back in the infield. Logan Yoder out there and left, but the one-out double by Falkenstein.
Yeah, that swing looked like he was sitting on that first pitch fastball, and he banged it off that high fence out in the left field. Put a good charge into it.
So 1-1 out. No score on the bottom of the first inning from Triway.
I'm sure they got the scouting report on Caden. They know he throws hard, throws fastballs, and you teach your kids to hunt fastballs.
Of course, Caden, I believe he's the one that pitched last year against Hoban.
Yes.
Here's the pitch. It's going to be down low and away, ball one.
And you got to keep mixing in your off-speed pitch. You got to pitch. Don't give in. Just throw a ball down the middle. They're too good of a lineup.
Any lineup will teach you that as a pitcher, no question. Hoban's a couple looks a second, the pitch. Down low, bounces in there. Nice block by Hosta, though. That'll keep Falkenstein over at second base.
That's like third or fourth curveball here. Hit in front of the plate. Like to see him at least get a little bit closer, tempt him a little bit more to swing, try to get that ground ball. He's still trying to feel for it.
2-0 count to Karhoff, who's batting .324, has a home run and 9 RBIs on the season. The pitch. Swanby popped up straight back and out of play. Foul ball on the swing by the senior Andrew Karhoff.
Tell he wanted that one back. Karhoff is an Ashland commit. Pretty good swing.
A lot of guys going to be playing college baseball for this Hoban team. Couple looks at second now. The 2-1. That'll be in there for a cold strike. This is in there on the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Karhoff.
See if Caden can execute a pitch here. This is one of those situations you don't want to just throw it down the middle. Hit a spot. First base is open.
The pitch. It's going to be a line toward right field. That's a base hit for Karhoff. Falkenstein around third base coming for home, and he'll be in there to score. Over to second base for the RBI double. That'll be Andrew Karhoff. Hoban takes a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that fastball caught a little bit too much of the plate.
He will take that to the opposite field.
Put a nice swing on it.
Back-to-back doubles. 1-0 Hoban. There's one out. Here's Brady Walker, bats from the right side, wearing number 23. The junior right fielder is batting .286 and has 1 RBI.
Then you look at some of their numbers there. It's going to be a little deceiving. They play a lot of big Division I teams. They have wins against Wadsworth, Cardinal Mooney, Ursuline, St. Ignatius. That's really good schedule.
That's why maybe those averages don't look quite as good as what you're used to seeing. Absolutely. First pitch outside for a ball. Long stare. Now the pitch. Going to drop in there for a cold strike on the inside corner. 1-1 count to Walker.
And then, that's a little bit of a result of not having command of that curveball. You had to come in there with that fastball, and he was ready for it.
Couple looks towards second. Now the pitch. Down low and away. Going to be outside for ball 2. 2 balls in, 1 strike. And we know Koblenz has a very good curveball once he finds that. That's why, as an offense, you want to try and jump on the guy early if you can.
Absolutely. Against good pitchers, you want to hit that first good fastball you see.
Now the pitch. Way high, zips to the backstop. That'll be a wild pitch that is going to allow Karhoff to advance over to third base. 3-1 count to Walker. And Karhoff before that, of course, he hadn't stolen, but he had a pretty good lead kind of dancing around out there, kind of making Koblenz at least think about him over there.
Yeah, just giving him a little bit more attention, and that one got away from Caden, went up over Danny's head, not able to keep it in front of him.
And the pitch. That'll be outside, ball 4, so that's going to walk him. First walkthrough of the inning, and now we have runners at the corners with 1 away. And this Hoban team facing Caden Koblenz, forcing him to work hard here in this first inning. It'll be Colt Andrews to the plate. Bats for the right side wearing number 7. The sophomore DH is batting .318, has 5 runs batted in. A little discussion with pitcher and catcher. Of course, you got Caden Koblenz, who's a senior, and of course Danny Hosta, they're also a senior, so a couple guys that
to do, and I'm sure Danny's going out there, settle him down a little bit, let him catch his breath. It's going to be interesting here. Hoban's got that guy on first base and third base. See how aggressive they are.
Already a key situation in the first inning. Hoban up 1-0. Koblenz trying to minimize the damage. Now we're ready. Now the pitch, showing bunt. Pulls it back and be down low. That's going to be ball one.
Not a very big lead at first base. But if he lays down a bunt, got to make sure we get an out of it. Corners in.
Owens glances over at first, looking for the sign. Long stare now, the pitch. Did he call time before that?
Did not get it.
Okay.
And that was interesting. We had that conversation just before the game here. Umpires got to give it to you.
Absolutely. Down low ball, 2-2-0 count to Andrews. The pitch. Way high. Ball 3-3-0 the count.
And this is one thing we really haven't seen a lot of from Copeland, struggling with his command. See if he can get it dialed in, get the feel. And sometimes you just need to change your approach.
That pitch could be a bunt, a 3-0 bunt attempt, but he bunts it foul.
Yeah, we caught a break there. That ball was probably ball 4.
Yeah.
That's one of those things as a coach, you're like, hey, you got to make him throw a strike if you're going to bunt strikes. Fortunate that ball didn't get popped up in play.
So 3-1. See if he tries it again. Koblitz. Now at the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. Pounced out of the mid of the catcher, Danny Hosted there, but the runner did not go.
Yeah, Danny had that arm back. He was ready to fire, but didn't need to.
So full count.
You know, you kind of wonder if it affects the kids a little bit. The weather was cold, and then it got warm again, and now we're back to the cold.
Yeah, that change in climate has to have some effect, no doubt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He blew it by him on the swing that time. Huge strikeout for Caden Koblenz and Hiland.
Yeah, nice fastball there up in the zone. Big out.
Now batting, number
2 down in the inning. Here's Blake Bantam. Bats from the right side, wearing number 28, the senior catcher. Batting .286, has 3 runs batted in. One more out to get for the Hawks. 1-0 Hoban right now in the first inning.
An even shorter lead at first base now. Now he takes a couple more steps.
There's the pitch. It's want to be fouled away. And the count goes to 0-1.
Good fastball there. He was late on that one. A little different. When you get down in the lineup, you can tell there's a little difference in their swings. Top of that lineup, they got some really good swings.
They do. Boolin's trying to battle out there and get through this inning. Here's the pitch. Curveball, high for a ball, runner going to be cut off of the throw. Throw back to home plate, going to be off the mid of Hostetler, couldn't corral. Hiland had him out. Yeah, good cutoff play on the second baseman. Keenan Candle had the throw, but it was high. Otherwise, they would have been able to throw out Karhoff trying to get home, but instead, a high throw, and he slides in safely.
Yeah, he would have been out at the plate there a little bit high. Danny had a little more time than he realized.
And all the way over to third base on that play also will be Brady Walker. So 2-0 Hoban on the errant throw. 1-1 count now to Blake Bantam.
Ran the play to perfection.
Yeah.
Just a little bit high on the throw to the plate.
Here's the pitch. Going to be in there for a strike. Now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Still want to leave that runner stranded at third here.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A curveball, strike 3. Scooped up thrown to first base by Hostetler in time for the out. That'll do it for the inning. Back-to-back Ks by Caden Koblenz. However, Hoban scores twice and threw 1. Hoban 2 and Hiland nothing. This is the Carmichael Classic on WKLM.
Spring into grilling all the IGA. Hi, this is Scott Rohde. We St. Louis style pork ribs, $2.98 a pound. 81% lean fresh ground chuck, $3.98 a pound. USDA inspected pork shoulder roast, $1.99 a pound. We also have USDA choice boneless bottom round steak, $5.18. USDA choice boneless New York strip steak, $10.98 a pound. 12-ounce package of pink salmon fillets for $3.98. And coconut or boom boom royal Asian shrimp, $6.98. Plus download your digital coupon for crazy low price on select items Thursday through Sunday at Rohde's IG Marketplace in Millersburg.
At Pomerene Hospital, you're not just a number, you're their neighbor. From family care and women's health to more than 1,400 surgeries they perform each year. Pomerene brings reliable local health care to patients across Holmes, Tuscarawas, and Ashland counties. Whether it's a routine checkup or help manage any chronic condition, there's a Pomerene provider nearby. Visit PomereneHospital.org to get in, get seen, and get the care you deserve. Pomerene Hospital, caring for our community's health.
Time is ticking and your dream home is waiting. This is Ben Hirschberger at the Commercial and Savings Bank. We understand that buying a home can be overwhelming, but with CSB, it's easier than ever. We offer a range of options. Whether you're looking to buy, build, refinance, or improve your home, our mortgage lenders will guide you every step of the way. Visit our website at csb1.com to apply online today and turn your dream into a reality. The Commercial and Savings Bank, where homeownership begins. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
2-0 lead for Hoban, and at the plate for Hiland going to be the 4, 5, and 6 batters. Grady Monagold is followed by Danny Hostother and Caden Candle. And for Monagold on the season, he's batting .400, has 1 homer, and also 14 runs batted in. He's been a tough out throughout the course of this spring, no doubt about it. He'll be facing Jack Hardesty. Here's the winding of the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So Hiland had to fight from behind here early on in this contest.
Yeah, haven't had to do that too often this year. Need to get a base runner here and see if they can make something happen.
Here's the wind of the 0-1. And that'll be just a bit outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Today's player of the game presented by Buckeye Deli in the patio, where great times from delicious pizza and bar snacks to milkshakes and other beverages. Buckeye Deli in the patio in Nashville. The pitch. So on to be a chopper toward short. Charged after by Givens. Gloves it. Throws the first base. Going to be there in time for out number 1.
Got him just by a step. Curveball in that outside corner, just down and away. Nice pitch.
So now 1 away as Hardesty was retired the first 4 batters of Hiland that he has faced. At the plate, Danny Hostother, who's been a tough out as well throughout the spring, batting from the left side wearing number 24, the senior catcher. And for Hostother, he is batting .533, 2 homers, and 14 runs batted in. Pretty gaudy numbers from Hostother. A fastball high for a ball.
And that's one thing we've kind of seen a little bit. A fastball of his, he's been leaving it up in the zone, so could get on top of one here.
2-0 Hoban here in the second. The pitch. Swansea fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike to Hostother. It's time to be thinking about those concrete projects. Holmes Ready Mix of Millersburg offers ready mix concrete, precast blocks, and the variety of mason and concrete products. Call for prices and delivery options of ready mix concrete. Here's the wind in the pitch. Down low, that'll be a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. 674-0865 or Sand and Gravel 674-8121. 2-1 count to Hostother.
Still looking for that first base runner of the game here.
Here's the pitch. Check swing, hits the turf. Good hold that time for ball 3 on that breaking pitch.
They're going to ask for help, but that's really hard to see. You know, a left-handed batter, that umpire down on the first baseline. Kind of hard to tell if he swung or not.
We have a pretty good view of ourselves, and it certainly didn't look like he did swing.
No, I think that was the right call. Catcher always wants to ask, though.
Here's the 3-1. Nobody asked us, though, did they?
No, they didn't. We could have told them.
That's high for ball 4. Hostother will take his base. So first base runner of the contest right there for the Hawks. Runner on 1 out. Here's Caden Candle, who bats from the left side, wearing number 3, the senior second baseman. The pitch going to be in there for a called strike. Candle batting .167, 3 RBIs, and still trying to get on track offensively.
Yeah, swing has been looking better. He's more than capable of turning one around.
Hardesty for the stretch for the first time. The pitch, and that's be a fastball just a bit high for a ball.
Yeah, that's about that spot where his fastball's been there, or even up a little bit higher, and tough pitch to lay off, but it's also not a strike. If you can lay off that one.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Too far. Strike 2. 1-2 the count to Candle.
That was a good fastball down and away.
Yeah.
Caden kind of got caught in between there. Might have been looking for a curveball.
Hardesty now the pitch. Be a bit high, leaves off of that one. Evens it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-0 Hoban. We're the top of the second from Triway.
Good lead by Danny. For a catcher, Danny runs really well, but I would imagine we're going to have Caden hitting here.
Swing and a miss and a hard cut, strike 3. And that is the second out of the inning, the third strikeout thrown by Hardesty. That'll send Logan Yoder to the plate. Bats from the right side, wearing number 16, the senior left fielder. Yoder batting .333, 5 runs batted in.
In that first inning, he threw a lot of curveballs. Now he's coming back with his fastball.
That fastball's pumped in there for a cold strike.
That's a sign of a good pitcher. Mix some things up.
0-1 count to Yoder.
Logan's been swinging a good bat the last couple games.
The pitch. Swinging a miss, that ball hit the turf. And strike 2, way out in front of that one. 0-2 count to Yoder. Hawks batters, first time through the order, still trying to figure things out against Jack Hardesty.
And you can tell he's mixing pitches really well.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, that strikes him out. That'll do it for the inning. Back-to-back Ks, the 4th strikeout thrown in the game by Hardesty. Hiland no runs in the second through 1.5. Hoban 2, Hiland nothing. This is the Carmichael Classic on WKLM.
Attention Knights Nation, this is Noah Clark with Clark Fowler Electric. As a proud sponsor of West Home Sports from T-ball all the way through high school, Clark Fowler Electric Motors and Supplies is on top of the game. With almost 3 decades as the area's leading provider in parts, repairs, and service, Clark Fowler is a team that you can count on. If you've had a breakdown, we'll get you back up and running and get you back into the game. Visit ClarkFowlerElectric.com for more details and information and all your electric motor needs. Go Knights!
At Wayne Door, we are your trusted partner in helping you build your dream home with quality technicians who pay attention to every detail so you won't have to pay costly future repairs. At Wayne Door, we only install high-quality products to protect your family for generations to come. We have your whole house covered with garage doors, windows, and more. So choose the team at Wayne Door. People you can trust since 1973. Visit Wayne Door.
For a path to real-world business skills for your child? Discover Buckeye Career Center's Buckeye Business Academy at East Holmes during our open house on Tuesday, April 29th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Learn practical skills like accounting, personal finance, computer training, and more. Meet the instructor, tour the classroom, and apply for next school year. Join us at the Buckeye Business Academy inside the Holmes Center for the Arts at 5200 State Route 39 on April 29th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m.
Home half of the second, 2-0 Hoban. Here's the swing and the miss for strike 1 and a curveball from Keaton Koblenz. The 7-8-9 batter still plate for Hoban. Dashel Hemlick batting, followed by Keaton Marks and Nico Sella. Hemlick batting .385, has 7 RBIs for the sophomore third baseman. That pitch going to swing and a miss and strike 2. Quickly, though, 2 count to Hemlick.
Yeah, those first 2 pitches looked a little different than what he was throwing that first inning. Sometimes it's weather. It just takes you a little bit longer to get loose.
It does. Here's the pitch. Well, be a grounder toward third. Going to be a backhanded grab by Monagle. Throws the first. Going to be in time for the out. Another outstanding play by Grady Monagle. That looked like a base hit down the third baseline, but robbed by Monagle.
Yeah, so far he's taken 2 hits away from him.
Doing the job with that hot corner over at third.
Thought that one was down the line. Saved the double possibly.
Here's Caden Marks. Bats from the right side wearing number 9, the senior second baseman. Here's the pitch. Nice curveball. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, you can tell he's definitely got a better feel for that pitch right now.
Yep. Big inning, 1 inning makes a difference for sure.
And, we talked a little bit about these turf mounds. Some of them can be hard to throw off of.
Fastball pumped in there. That'll be a cold strike, 0-2 the count.
Some of them can be a little bit slick. You kind of got to shorten up your stride a little bit.
There's the wide in the pitch. It's going to be fouled off the leg of Caden Marks. The count will stay at 0-2. I wonder also, given the fact that Hiland does have a turf field now, does that help guys getting used to that, or every turf field's a little bit different, I guess?
Well, I would think, you're going to get more of a true hop, that you get a read off of turf a lot better.
Here's the pitch. That'll be just behind Marks on the throw. Goes to ball 1.
Hey, good idea.
Yeah.
Keep that guy off balance a little bit in the box. I'm guessing we'll probably see something on the outside corner now.
Here's the 1 and the 1-2. Indeed, a curveball down low and away. He didn't go after it, though. Ball 2.
Good pitch, better take. It's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes.
Hoban's the 1 and the pitch. Fastball pumped in there for a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Nice throw by Koblenz. There's now 2 away. That'll be his second strikeout. That could be his third strikeout, thrown so far.
Yeah, good pitch, good location. That first inning he was trying to feel for that fastball and left a couple of them in the middle. That one was right on the outside corner. Great pitch.
Here's Nico Sella. Bats for the right side wearing number 5, the senior left fielder, batting .273. In that 9 slot, that's going to be down low for a ball, 1-0 count. The Killbuck Savings Bank proudly supporting the local youth, and they hope that you all knock it out of the park, celebrating 125 years of serving the community. That's the Killbuck Savings Bank. Now the 1-0. Fastball going to be just a bit high, ball 2. 2-0 Hoban. We're in the home half of the second from Triway, the 5th annual Sean Carmichael Classic. Here's the 2-0. Curveball outside. Ball 3, making a 3-0 count to Sella.
You don't want to walk the number 9 hitter here. You want to go right at him, make him put the ball in play.
Hoban's rocks and fires the pitch. Fastball sails high for a ball, so it'll walk Sella on 4 pitches. Second walk through into the game by Koblenz. First base runner of the second for Hoban. Now we go to the top of the order.
Yeah. Now batting number 8. Just trying to find that consistency out there right now.
Givens grounded out the third in his first at bat.
That's one thing with this turf, The spoiled kids a little bit. They don't get those bad hops. They don't have those lips to worry about.
Here's the pitch. Curveball outside for a ball, 1-0 count. Daryl Carmichael, of course, son of Sean Carmichael, coaches for this Hoban team, saying, we didn't have that when I played here, and I might have had a few less errors.
Absolutely.
Of course, an outstanding baseball player himself. Here's the 1-0. In there for a strike, runner going through the second base, going to be a tag applied by the diving shortstop. Keith Erzberger almost got it on that swipe, but they call Sella safe on the slide.
Yeah, that ball tailed a little bit high there, and Keith made a great play, great effort, just wasn't able to get it back on time, get that tag down.
So Sella with the stolen base, there's 2 outs, 1-1 count to Givens. That last pitch was a strike. Wind picking up again. Now the pitch. Down low and away, ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike now to Givens. Good plate discipline for this Hoban team.
Yeah, didn't get him to chase that pitch. He's, some of the teams that we've played, those kids have been swinging at that pitch.
Now the pitch. Fastball going to be down low, didn't miss by much, but ball 3, 3 balls and a strike to Givens.
Not much of a lead out there at second base in this outfield. It's not a given he's going to score on a base hit.
Now the pitch. That's high, ball 4. Third walk through into the game by Caden Koblenz. And now runners are at first and second, 2 outs for Grady Falkenstein. Of course, he had the double, and he scored a run in that first inning. You talked about it against a team like this that has that play discipline, able to lay off some of those pitches. A lot of guys would chase after, and that forces you as a pitcher to work a little harder out there.
Yeah, you can see these Hoban hitters have a good eye at the plate.
That pitch going to be down low and away, ball 1. Again, these pitches aren't missing by much.
Just off the plate a little bit, and they're not chasing them.
1-0 count to Falkenstein.
Got to adjust here a little bit.
Couple looks, down the pitch. Curveball down low again, going to be ball 2, 2-0 count.
And you're 1 pitch away from having any damage here, but at the same point, you're 1 pitch away from Hoban going up by 3 runs. Execute here.
The pitch. Fastball going to be off the middle of the catcher host. They couldn't squeeze it. That'll be a pass ball, and the runners will advance over to second and third.
One just went off the end of Danny's glove there.
And now a 3-0 count to Falkenstein.
Good hitter on deck, too.
Yeah.
Imagine he's going to take this pitch.
Hoban's the pitch. Fastball high, ball 4, walks into 4 pitches. That's 3 walks thrown in the inning. by Koblentz's fourth of the game.
Like I said, it's kind of uncharacteristic of Caden. He started out this inning, got those first two guys pretty quick. And then he's kind of back to what we saw a little bit in that first inning, struggling with his command here.
Bases are loaded. And he'll stay in the stretch, it looks like. Here's Andrew Karhoff, who had an RBI double and scored a run in that first.
Hit a ball to that right center gap last time.
Here's the pitch. The curveball on the inside. What a nice pitch that time. He catches the corner for a strike.
That's one of those things, they've been working away. Don't be afraid to throw inside. Caden throws hard enough to get in on these guys.
And the 0-1. Curveball again, going to be a cold strike. Hit the knees, now 0-2 count to Karhoff.
Now you need to be smart here.
And bases are loaded, 2 outs.
One pitch away from getting out of here. No runs given up.
And the pitch. Curveball away, didn't chase after a good pitch though, goes the ball 1.
Yeah, really good spot right there. Nothing wrong with that pitch.
1-2 count to Karhoff.
Nobody holding any runners on, so.
Another key moment in the second.
Absolutely.
Koblenz will take his foot off the rubber.
Trying to make sure we're getting on the same page here.
Koblenz now with the 1-2. So going to be a fly ball toward shallow center field. Going after going to be Colin Koblenz. He'll make the grab for out number 3.
Yeah, got him out on his front foot with that curveball. The last time he hit that.
Hiland and surrounding schools, whether it's school spirit wear, professional business attire, accessories, or unique custom designs, they deliver excellence in every product. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 till 5. Thread and Ink is located at 8210 County Road 245 in Holmesville. Or call Justine at 330-279-9222. That's Thread and Ink, custom embroidery and screen printing.
With today's market instability, many homeowners are looking to upgrade their existing home rather than buy or build a new one. At Home Siding Contractors, we know choosing the many colors and styles of siding, replacement windows, and doors can be overwhelming. At Home Siding Contractors, we can help make that decision easier. Durability, beauty, and low maintenance over time describes our products the best. Call Home Siding Contractors today at 888-725-6619 and let our professional staff help upgrade your home today.
Has 5 RBIs. Here's the pitch. So on the popped up third base side, foul territory. It's going to be some room for the third baseman, and Dashiell Himblick, he'll grab it for out number 1. It looked like that might have a chance to go over the dugout, but it stayed in play.
Yes, it did. The wind kind of pushed it back in, I think. Kind of hard to tell.
The wind in the pitch. Now low, ball 3. That's one thing early on here. We've seen Hiland like that outside, but that time Hirschberger able to hold off.
Yep, going to have to make him zone up here. Good pitchers, got to make him get in the zone. Don't chase and help him out.
Here's the 3-1. It's going to be a high, ball 4, lays off of that, and that will draw a walk. That's the second walk through into the game by Jack Hardesty, and will go to the top of the order.
Yeah, good at bat by Keith there. To like that out of your 9-hitter, saw some good pitches. He chased that one, and then he made him zone up. Nice at bat.
Mush. That'll be in there for a strike. New balls, 2 strikes to Mike Miller.
And it's kind of interesting. He was late on that first fastball, so you thought, man, maybe he's going to throw him another one there, but nope. Dropped that curveball right on the outside corner. Need to shorten up here.
Hirschberger leads off at first. Now the pitch. So I'll be a foul to the backstop, and that curveball down low. Chased after to protect at the plate, stays at 0-2.
And that's one thing we haven't seen. He hasn't missed with that curveball in the middle of the plate or left one up yet. That curveball, if he misses down.
Right. Just 1 out in this third inning.
Michael's trying to get that runner to second base.
Hardesty the pitch. High fastball. That time he lays off. 1-2 the count.
That's kind of been a theme a little bit. Missed up out of the zone with that fastball again. It could have been a setup pitch. See if he could get him to chase, and might go with something down in the zone here.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss at a curveball. Strike 3. He chased after that time, and that's the second out of the inning. His 5th strikeout thrown.
Yeah, you can tell he's really working pitches out there. Setting hitters up.
Outstanding pitch, no doubt. Here's Colin Koblenz. See what he can do. He grounded out back to Jack Hardesty in that first inning.
And the one thing with this Hiland team you talked about, they got 7 home runs.
Yeah.
You know, you're one swing from tying this game up, but got to have a good approach.
Plenty of power up in that lineup. The pitch. Fastball a bit high. Ball 1 to Colin Koblenz.
One of these times he's going to make a mistake with that fastball. You throw that belt high a little bit up, he's going to leave one where somebody can get a hold of it and drive it.
2-0 Hoban, top of the third.
Nice lead by Keith at first base, but
here's the pitch. It's going to be a high fly ball. He pounds it.
Got all that one.
Center. Going back near the fence is going to be gone. Well, you call that one, John.
Yes, sir.
And finally, he does.
He made a mistake.
Field, and he drilled it left center field. A 2-run shot ties it up at 2 apiece.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Kept waiting on him. He's executed the whole game so far, and he was flirting with leaving one up in the zone, and that's exactly what happened. And Colin made him pay. You just don't see power like that out of a high school kid very often.
He comes through, and that's something that Colin Koblenz was talking about early on in the season. We mentioned the last game here where he was hitting the ball very well throughout the spring, but wasn't seeing the power up to his standards.
Well, yeah, you're hitting 450, but he wasn't driving the ball like that.
But now he is. Here's the pitch. Fastball high for a ball, 1-0 count to Caden Koblenz, who has plenty of power himself. And of course, for Colin, that's his third home run. Caden has 2 home runs. He struck out the last time at bat, but that's another thing what makes this lineup so good. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. Jack Hardesty's been, as you mentioned, he's been terrific on the mound so far.
Yeah, he's been executing and everything, and then it's like, you know what?
One mistake.
You keep missing. Eventually, you're going to miss over the plate, and Colin made him pay.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. He throws it by him. Strike 2, 1-2. The count to Caden Koblenz.
You know, you flirt with that pitch up in the zone.
Yep.
Throw it to the wrong guy.
The pitch. So going to be a line to deep left field. Back near the fence. It's going to be off the fence. Around first base, going to the second to be Caden Koblenz. He'll be there standing up. Of course, he had the tall fence out there on left. Hit off the pitcher. Otherwise, that might have been a homer as well, but it'll be a double instead for Caden Koblenz.
And there was another high fastball. Caden turned it around.
So the 2-run shot by Colin Koblenz. Caden Koblenz has a double. We're tied at 2 and now in the top of the third. Here's Grady Monagold, who grounded out the short in his first at bat.
Need a base hit here. Have a good approach. Drive it up the middle.
Another guy very capable. Knocking this run home.
Got to leave that curveball in.
Here's the pitch. Down low, hits the turf, bounces to the backstop. That's a wild pitch, and Caden Koblenz easily over.
That's another thing. He turned the lineup over. They've seen him more than one time. That makes a difference. Second and third time through, that advantage definitely goes to the pitcher. Or to the hitter, excuse me.
It does. We know these Hiland hitters are not just skilled to play, but they pay attention, they watch to get that feel for that pitcher.
And against my high school teams, that pitch that Colin hits out, you don't have to worry about it. That's going to get by him, but not with his bat speed. Not with this lineup. You better not leave a fastball belt high middle of the plate.
And they'll do exactly what we saw right there. We've seen that with Grady, with Caden, obviously Danny Hostother, who's hit the ball over the fence a couple of times this year as well.
We had a home run out of our 9-hitter the other day, Isaiah Wagler. So, there's a lot of kids that are capable. But right now, we're just trying to get the lead here, get that runner in from third base, have a good at bat.
Well, meeting at the mound here.
And how many times can you see, like, hit the left center, and you're like, yeah, you knew that one's out of here.
You knew it on that one.
Yes.
Discussion over. Grady Monagle back into the batter's box. A 1-0 count, runner at third base. There's 2 outs in the inning, tied up at 2 apiece. Hardesty back to the windup. And here is the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. It's a 1-1 count.
That one was up in the zone, too.
And the pitch. It's going to be a high fly ball hit deep to left center. Koblenz going toward home. It's going to be a bounce to the fence.
Nope, home run.
Home run, excuse me. Our depth possession not great where we're at, but it went over the fence apparently. A 2-run shot. Grady Monagold, his second home run of the year. Hiland has now taken a 4-2 lead on the 2-run shot.
Yeah, he's made 2 mistakes this inning, and Colin and Grady made him pay. Both those pitches were way too good. He hung that curveball, and Grady did exactly what you need to do with it. Drive it to left center. You can tell these Hawks have made a huge adjustment.
How about that? 2-2-run homers in the same inning, and the Hawks now a 4-2 advantage. Bases are clear for Danny Hostother. He's walked 1 time. The pitch. That's high for a ball, and you think about just how dominant Hardesty looked early on through those first couple innings, well, a lot has changed here the second time through the order.
Well, the one thing I kept seeing was if he's missing, it was, he missed up.
The pitch swung on the hammer, the deep center field, going back. That's going to be Falkenstein. He'll make the grab. That's out number 3, though.
And how often do you see that out of high school kids, 2 opposite field home runs to the power alley?
Not very often, but the Hawks able to do it right there. Now Hiland through 2.5. They have taken the lead for the first time, 4-2 over Hoban. This is the Carmichael Classic on WKLM.
Beachy's Auto, Diesel, and Tire Service continues to offer the convenience of 2 great locations on US 62 in Weinsberg and on County Road 201 in Berlin. The Weinsberg shop will take care of heavy-duty truck and fleet customers from 7 a.m. to midnight, while the Berlin facility will repair auto and light trucks from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Contact them in Weinsberg at 330-359-5421 or in Berlin at 330-674-6970. That's Beachy's Auto, Diesel, and Tire Service in Weinsberg and Berlin.
Premier Pharmacy has more ways to serve you. I'm Joel Gauss from Premier Pharmacy, and I'm happy to announce that our newest location in Sugar Creek is open and accepting new patients. Our location in downtown Sugar Creek accepts most major insurances and offers the same great service you've come to expect in our Berlin and Millersburg locations, including delivery and vaccination services. Give us a call today at 330-852-5146 and start experiencing the Premier Pharmacy difference. Premier Pharmacy is your local, hometown, independent pharmacy.
Denko Marketing and Tricor Industrial, 2 reputable entities, are the proud sponsors of this broadcast. Denko takes pride in distributing garage door parts and producing specialty tools, serving customers at home and abroad. Need superior tools for your project? Head to Tricor Industrial on Bowman Street in Worcester, boasting an impressive lineup of Milwaukee power tools, Wright tools, grade 5, grade 8, and stainless steel fasteners. While visiting, don't overlook their steel blue work boots and wide selection of drill bits, taps, and dies. Denko and Tricor, proud partners of making an impact in your community.
New pitcher on the mound for the Hawks is going to be Mike Miller as he's warming up here. Of course, the left-handed batter and left-handed pitcher, and he'll be getting his warm-up tosses as we speak. And for Mike Miller, of course, he is the junior left-hander on the mound for Hiland. He'll replace Keelan Koblenz, who ends up going 2 innings. And he did allow the 2 runs, 1 earned, and 2 hits, struck out 3. He walked 4 on 53 pitches. So give way to Mike Miller, a different look for the Hoban team. And Mike Miller on the mound here. 2 innings pitched, 1-0 record, and he's allowed no runs in the season, struck out 2, walking nobody. Also for Mike Miller on the year.
Well, I got to correct you there. I know those stats aren't correct.
Okay.
Because when he pitched against Garraway, he came in relief for Logan in that game that went 9 innings, and I know Michael struck out 14.
Well, there you go.
So he hasn't pitched since then.
Yes. So that's not exactly.
But this is going to. This is exactly why you play Hoban. This is why you want Michael on the mound against a good lineup here, good team. Let's see what he can do.
Absolutely.
He's more than capable. He had that really good outing against Garraway.
And he'll face number 4 batter in the lineup, the cleanup batter Brady Walker, followed by Cole Andrews and Blake Bantham, the 4, 5, and 6 batters for Hoban. Here's the pitch by Miller. A fastball pumped in there for a strike, 0-1 count. Walker walked in his first at bat on the season, but that's the benefit of playing these good non-conference opponents. So you get a chance to get some of the other guys on the mound. A good test. Here's the wide of the 0-1. And curveball down low. Ball. They get a chance to test them out against some good teams.
Yeah, and some of these juniors, what are we playing? 7 seniors. Some of these juniors need to get some experience and get on the field. Last couple games, we've seen, like Isaiah Wagler played a couple games. Griffin Monagle played a couple games. Got to get those kids experience.
There's a swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1-2 the count. We've talked about that with Hiland especially. A lot of those guys off the bench, they're really talented players too.
Yeah, most schools, we talk about, there's a lot of kids in the dugout there that would be starting at most high schools. What a luxury to have, though. And, a lot of schools struggle to get 2, 3 good pitchers, and Hiland's got 5 or 6 that are more than capable of coming out and shutting down a team.
Absolutely. Time was called by Walker. He'll step back in. 1-2 count.
Way ahead here.
Here's the pitch. It'll be spiked in there for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That hit him. Took a bounce, then hit him. They're going to give him more with first base, apparently.
I got to question that one, though, a little bit there, because I wonder if the kid made the decision for the umpire, because umpire didn't motion anything, and then kid turns and looked at him, and he said, yeah, go to first. Not sure.
Well, that's a big break if you're
absolutely
Hoban there. So runner at first, nobody out. Here's Cole Andrews, who struck out swinging in his first at bat.
Had him down in the count. Not a very big lead, so we get a ground ball up the middle or third base. We can turn 2 here.
Miller looking first, and the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. It's now an 0-1 count.
And that's going to change the run game with Michael being left-handed, although Caden Combs does a really good job holding runners on, but with a lefty on the mound, you got to really make sure he comes and commits to home before trying to take off.
And the pitch.
Right there, you had the guy going back to first when he delivered that pitch. But, one thing you got to be careful of, if you don't want to stare at the runner on first too long, you want to make sure you pick up your target soon enough so you can hit your spots. Don't want to get caught up worrying about that runner too much and messing up your mechanics.
Caden Combs, of course, now over at short. And here is the 1-1 pitch. Down low, hits the turf, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Cole Andrews. Runner first, nobody out for Hoban. 4-2 lead for Hiland in the bottom of the third inning.
Trying to figure out, is it Kate Beachy in left field?
It is Kate Beachy now left, absolutely.
Okay.
Logan Yoder's in right.
Yep.
And the pitch. Strike goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Sometimes Logan will wear that mask when it's cold, and Cade's got one too, so kind of look a little bit alike. Get a ground ball here.
The pitch. Curveball Swanby shot down to the backstop. Nice curve by the time by Miller, but Andrews somehow fights it off.
Ground ball right to Richie Mast. I don't think he's allowed to turn 2.
He was pretty good at it, though, back at one time, huh?
Yeah, from what I hear. I never really got to watch him play, but I hear he's got some pretty good hands.
Yep. And swing and a miss on a high fastball that time. Went upstairs. He chased after it. Strike 3. First strikeout, first out of the inning for Mike Miller. 1 on and 1 out. Here's Blake Bantam, who struck out swinging in his first at bat. Remember, you can get into a collision, make a first call to Finish Line Auto Body. If that happens, they have experts in collision repair, and they'll even help with up to $500 of your insurance deductible. Give Brooks a call, 674-1483.
Yeah, he's got that guy on first guessing. A couple times there you could see he was making his way back to the first, and Mike's like, I'm just going to throw the pitch.
Always tough to read that lefty.
It is. It's not fair.
Here's the pitch. Fastball going to be just a bit high by inches, apparently.
Yeah, looked like that was right at the belt, but learn from it. The umpire's consistent. That's all you can ask for.
1-0 count to Bantam.
Infield's at double play depth.
The pitch. Outside for ball, runner going through the second base. Nice throw by Hosta that'll get the runner in a rundown. And chasing after it, making the tag, going to be Luke Hershberger for the second out. And that was a bullet by Danny Hostother, and the base runner, Brady Walker, realized he had no chance.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure if there was a bunt on or...
maybe.
So Carmichael's looking at the hitter like shaking his head. I'm assuming that was a bunt.
Yeah.
Because the runner stopped. He's like, hey, what just happened? He knew he was out. That's got to be a bad feeling as a base runner.
Absolutely. So,
but yeah, Carmichael did not look too happy there. I think there was a sign missed.
So bases are clear. 2 outs, nobody aboard, and the 1-1. Fastball going to be in there for a strike. 1-2 the count now. All of a sudden to Blake Bantam.
Because I was watching that guy at first. There's no way he had a big enough lead to try to straight steal that base. Danny made a much better throw on that one.
Here's the pitch. Curveball swing and a miss. He struck him out. That'll do it for the inning. Back-to-back K's.
Nope, they're calling strike 2.
Okay, strike 2.
All right. Throwing another one. See what happens. Big cut there. Totally different look being left-handed. Nice curveball coming in on your hands.
Here's the pitch. Going to be fouled away.
Pretty sure that's out of corner. Yep, everybody's coming back with no baseball.
So I guess it'll stay at 2 strikes, apparently. Bases are clear. There's 2 outs.
As the wind died down, I don't want to say it, but feels like it has a little bit.
The pitch. Well, be a grounder to the third base side of bounces foul. Hiland came in with a record of 11-0. Hoban 8-3 on the season.
Still ahead in the count here. Execute a pitch. I like to throw pitches that they can't swing at it or they can't hit with 2 strikes. Bounce one in the plate or in the dirt.
Here's the pitch. Going Going to be a bit inside. That'll be a ball.
Good pitch. And off the plate, see if you can jam him.
2-2 count, I believe, the Bantam.
Danny does a really good job setting hitters up, working with his pitchers.
And the pitch. It's going to be a line on the left field line. It's going to be a
foul ball.
Foul ball. Wow.
Man, another late call there.
It was.
Grady did a good job calling that one for him.
Yeah, that was laced down the left field line. Wow.
No, it was a third baseman. Do they teach you, hey, stand on the line so the umpire can't see where it hits?
Do whatever you can.
Yep. And even if it's fair, call it foul.
Yep. Why not?
Don't throw him that pitch again.
I'd say not. Bantam back in the batter's box. Miller, see if they make the adjustment here. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner.
Yeah, they went in, and that one just right on the outside corner. Good spot, good pitch.
And now back-to-back K's to end the inning. No run score for Hoban through 3. A 4-2 Hiland advantage. This is the Carmichael Classic on WKLM.
Taking on a large exterior home project is no small task. When you're looking for the best options in roofing, siding, windows, and doors, ProVia products are the clear choice. At ProVia, quality is engineered into the product, integrity is never compromised, and local craftsmanship delivers a stunning final result that will last for generations. Our experts at Keim Home Center are here to help you explore the possibilities. Visit Keim in Charm, Ohio. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, and the comforts of home are all gone. Be prepared for the next power outage with a Generac home standby generator. And now, for a limited time, get a free, complete 7-year warranty with purchase. That's a $735 value, absolutely free. Team up with Millersburg Electric and Generac today to schedule your free in-home consultation and a turnkey generator install. Don't miss out on the free 7-year warranty, so call today or visit millersburgelectric.com and be ready for the next power outage.
The other guy's insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course.
At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
We're going to need him.
Top fourth inning, a 4-0 lead, 4-2, for Hiland over Akron Archbishop Hoban. And on the mound will be Matt Ramsey, freshman right-hander, who's getting his warm-up tosses in. He'll replace Jack Hardesty, who went 3 innings. Of course, he gave up the 4 runs on 2 homers to give up in that last inning. So 4 runs in all, 3 hits. And
did you say freshman?
This new pitcher is a freshman, absolutely.
Got a good arm.
And Hardesty struck out 5. He walked 2 on 58 pitches. But I mentioned Matt Ramsey taking over, the freshman facing Caden Candle, followed by Logan Yoder and Luke Hirschberger. That's the 6, 7, and 8 batters. Candle struck out swinging in his first at bat. But again, he'll face the new pitcher, Matt Ramsey, here in the 4th. 4-2 Hiland. Here's the pitch. Fastball going to be a bit outside for ball 1. Today's player of the game presented by Buckeye Deli in the patio, where great food meets great times, from delicious pizza and bar snacks to milkshakes and other beverages. Buckeye Deli in the patio. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Candle. Hiland, the 4 runs. I mentioned the 2 2-run homers the last inning. 3 hits in all. They've left 1 runner on base.
Caden's just a little bit late on that fastball right now.
And the 1-1. The inside almost hit him. He spins away from it for ball 2.
He should have acted like he hit it.
Right.
Or it hit him and seen what happens.
He might have been able to get the call there. Now the pitch. That's going to be a bit outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count.
Hey, make him throw you something you can hit here. Don't swing at anything up in the zone. Make sure it's below your hands, something you can drive.
The pitch.
Good at bat.
Just a bit high on the fastball, ball 4. So indeed, that will draw the walk. Leadoff batter is aboard. And to the plate now going to be Logan Yoder, who struck out swinging in his first at bat. And for Hiland, that is the first time today they've gotten the leadoff batter on base. Runner on, nobody out. Top of the fourth, 4-2 Hiland. The pitch. So going to be fouled back, going to be out of play. Matt Croy alongside John Monagold. Again, Brogan Steinmel's back at the studio. We're on FM 95.3 and WKLM-FM.com. We're also video live streaming today's contest on the WKLM YouTube page, courtesy of our partnership with Claxon Communications. Throw to first base by Ramsey, and Candle dives back to the bag safely.
Yeah, he got that fastball in on Logan's hands. That's what he said. He said this is a freshman. He's got a good arm.
And the pitch. There's a bunt down the first baseline. And nice bunt will be picked up, and the sack bunt will advance Candle over to second base.
Way to do a job right there. Nice bunt down the first baseline. I tell you what, if he's able to soften it a little bit more, he beats that guy to first base.
Yeah, bunted it right to the first baseman, so they'll retire him there. But as you mentioned, Candle advances the second. Here's Luke Hirschberger, who popped out the third in his first at bat.
A lot more ways you can score from second base.
Ramsey the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. 0-1 count now to Luke Hirschberger.
See if we can get the bottom of the order here to produce for us. Get him on, get him over, get him in.
Ramsey the pitch. Check swing and hit off his bat. Well, swing, but he'll get a foul ball. 0-2 count. Bad break that time if you're Luke Hirschberger.
Yeah, he tried to check his swing. Wasn't able to do it.
Candle leads off at second. There's one out. The pitch. So it'll be a fly ball toward Philly deep left field. Going after him, making the grab. That'll be Sella. That'll be the second out, though, and that'll keep Candle at bay at second base.
Ball just hung up too long. He was able to run under it.
And to the plate will be Cade Beachy. He'll be at the plate for the first time today, hitting that 9 slot for Keith Hirschberger. So Beachy will stand in here. Batting .217, has 4 runs batted in.
That second baseman's shading, but now you see if he moves back to this hole on the right side.
The pitch. Outside for a ball, goes to 1-0. Keim Home Center is your home building and woodworking destination, along with lumber, building materials, and quality millwork. Visit them on at KeimHomeCenter.com.
Had some good swings this inning.
The pitch swung on to be a fly ball, fairly deep right field. It's going to be caught by the right fielder, however, as Walker was right there to make the grab.
Didn't quite get enough of it.
Good swing, but the out will close out the inning through 3.5, a 4-2 Hiland lead over Hoban. This is the Carmichael Classic on WKLM.
Vikert Sand and Gravel Incorporated has been serving the central Ohio areas of Wayne and Holmes counties since 1935. They're a name and business you can trust. Their products and services include ready-mix concrete, excavating, limestone, sand and gravel, and hauling services. They are locally owned and operated, insured and bonded, and most importantly, ready to serve you. For more information, call 330-674-0038.
Firestone Farm Tires are the most preferred tires in America. Not only are they proven to be among the most productive farm tires you can buy, they're backed and serviced by the best trained and equipped farm tire dealer, the certified Firestone Farm Tire dealer. So whether you need top quality Firestone Farm Tires or fast, dependable tire service, count on us to keep you rolling.
Get your Firestone tires at Millersburg Tire Service, State Route 39, Millersburg.
When you're thinking of an old-fashioned smokehouse flavor, think Sugar Valley Meats. They cure their own ham and bacon, and the old-fashioned smokehouse uses hickory, apple, and sassafras. Processing, curing, and custom butchering are available, cut to your specifications. Stop in and see all the products that they offer. That's Sugar Valley Meats on Dutch Valley Drive in Sugar Creek. Turn left at the light, and Sugar Valley Meats is 1/4 mile on the right. Call today, 330-852-44.
Be Hoban's 7, 8, 9 batters. Dashiell Hemlick, followed by Caden Marks and Nico Sella. Hemlick, he rounded out the third in his first at bat. Of course, he'll face Mike Miller on the mound, who struck out a pair of batters in that last inning. 4-2 Hawks, bottom of the fourth inning from the Carmichael Classic. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss and a hard fastball. Strike one now to Hemlick.
That one was just a little bit above the belt, not able to catch up to it. Mike's got a good arm.
Here's the pitch. Swung on by a grounder down the third base line and bounces foul. Well, sharply hit though on that line, and 0-2 count to Dashiell Hemlick.
Yeah, Grady might want to shade a little bit more towards the line there at third base. That curveball, he's starting it on the middle plate and it's coming in on his lefty. He's got to protect against that a little bit. Couple last inning were just fouled.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Came back inside on him. That's the third strikeout thrown by Mike Miller in this contest already. 1 out, nobody aboard in the fourth for Hoban, 4-2 Hiland. Here's Caden Marks, who struck out looking in his first at-bat. But you think about Mike Miller, he's a junior. Of course, Caden Coblin's a senior. You think about Caden Candle, also a senior. Top 2 pitchers on the staff for the Hawks. Here is the pitch. Curveball going to be a bit high for a ball. Not only guys like Mike Miller and other guys here are good for this season and for this Hiland team, but knowing that they're going to be here next year as well is certainly huge for this Hiland program.
Now you got 4 or 5 juniors capable of pitching, and
that pitch going to be a fastball just outside for a ball.
And the JV team, I don't think they've been beat yet either. There's some good pitching down there that are sophomores. You got Damon Troyer, you got Carson Yoder, and a couple other kids that throw really well.
Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew it by him there for strike one. 2-1 count to Marks.
And again, I think some of that goes back to when they're in Little League, you split them up against 6 teams. They got to pitch against each other.
Yeah.
So by the time they get to high school, you got a whole team that's been on the mound before.
Going to be a bit high for a ball. 3-1 count now to Marks.
And next week, you got a big week coming up. We're going to need all those arms. That's why I think Coach Degas kept Caden on a shorter leash today, knowing that, hey, we got a big week coming up. We got to have these guys ready.
Here's the 3-1. And started at it, and he kind of wasn't able to finish the throw. They called that an automatic ball. And Marks will go to first base. So kind of lost his footing there on that you talked about. Sometimes it can be a little slippery out there.
Yeah, every turf mound is a little bit different. It's kind of like dirt. You get a pitcher on the mound, he digs and digs and digs, and it can kind of throw you off a little bit. And I think he kind of got a spike caught there in the turf and just wasn't able to deliver that pitch.
So Marks at first as a result with 1 out. Here's Nico Sella, number 9 batter, in the order at the plate. He walked in his first at bat.
Well, I tell you, he wasn't looking there. He took his eye off Mike. Mike made a snap throw over to first, almost had him. That's why you never want to take your eye off the ball when you're over there at first base. And he put his head down, and Mike saw it.
Here's the pitch. Going to be a fastball at the knees for a cold strike. 0-1 count to Sella.
Now he's got a decent lead at first base.
And the pitch. So it'll be fouled back. That'll be out of play. 0-2 count, Nico Sella. Again, today's player of the game presented by Buckeye Deli in the Patio, where great food meets great times, from delicious pizza and bar snacks to milkshakes and other beverages. Buckeye Deli in the Patio in Nashville.
Way ahead here in the count, but you don't want to bounce one and give him a free base either.
And the pitch. High, he lays off it, ball 1. 1-2 count to Sella.
Yeah, that's a good pitch right there.
High, but not too high. Maybe it's something that you would think about chasing after, but obviously Sella didn't do it.
Now you want to get closer to the zone here, try to paint a corner. Guy at first is kind of dancing around a little bit. He's got to be careful there if he dances too far.
Here's the pitch. High for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Greg Maddox going to talk about this. And of course, not everybody's as good as Greg Maddox was, but he had different philosophy on 0-2. He said, my manager would always get mad at me because I believe that still throwing it in the zone area on 0-2. But normally, for most people, most mortals, I guess, you would want to try and get in the chase. That's going to be high for a ball. But again, not too many guys had that kind of philosophy.
No, he was a wizard with the baseball. He didn't walk people.
No.
And I tell you, he could make his pitches move. Late movement was key for Greg Maddox. He always said, hey, if I can get it to move within like 10 feet of the plate, that's when the hitter's going to struggle to hit it. And I tell you, he was a wizard with the baseball.
He was. 3-2 count. Here's the payoff. That's going to be just a bit high, ball 4, so that'll walk Nico Sella. Back-to-back walks now. And now runners at first and second, 1 out. Now to the top of the order. Here's Will Givens, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out and also a walk.
That's one of those things where I think Mike might have been paying a little bit too much attention to the runner there. You need to worry about throwing strikes. He's not going to go anywhere. Defense needs to help you out, make a play. Get back in that strike zone, get back to throwing strikes. Danny will take care of the run game.
Miller the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew by him on the fastball that time for strike one. 4-2 Hiland.
And Mike knows that.
Fourth.
Mike knows that too.
Refocus here on this next batter.
Get dialed in.
And the pitch. That's a bit outside for a ball. And a 1-1 count now to Given.
We got Luke Hirschberger playing in front of the runner at first. Looks like Grady's a little bit behind the bag at third.
And the pitch. And I'll be in there for a strike. Gets ahead of the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Will Givens.
Now here you go. You got yourself ahead of the count. Make your pitch here.
Miller comes to a set from the stretch, and time is called. 4-2 ball game in the fourth inning. Been a good one so far, as expected.
Kind of games you play for. Good competition, both sides. Got a lot of talent on the field.
And the pitch. So going to be fouled on the nice curveball by Miller, but Givens spoils it, stays at 1-2.
Yep, he was able to get that one in on his hands, and he was just barely able to foul it off.
Sells at first, Marks at second. Will Givens at the plate.
Need to execute your pitch here. Don't worry about that runner.
The pitch. That's high. Ball 2 count now to Givens.
And you don't want to get to a full count. Put something in the zone, make him make contact.
Thrown 3 balls to each of the last 2 batters that he faced before the walk. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He blew it by him with the fastball. Big out there. That's a second strikeout thrown to the fourth. And 4th strikeout thrown already in this game. So 2 down now in the 4th inning.
Now batting number 1.
And that fastball was up in the zone, but it was a little better pitch than what he had been making and calling those balls. That one was close enough that he had to swing to protect.
Here's Grady Falkenstein, who's 1 for 1, reached base twice on a double, a walk. He's also scored a run.
Now your infield can play at normal depth.
The pitch. Nice curveball. That's in there for a strike. 0-1 count. Zips it in there from the left-hander. Hawks trying to preserve this lead in the 4th inning.
Copeland sneaking behind the runner out there at second. Keep him close.
The pitch. Outside for a ball.
You know what Caden's doing there. He's got to sneak in behind him, try to keep him a little bit close to second base. If there is a base hit, we want to give our outfielders a chance to make a play at the plate. Michael here, he's got to worry about executing his pitches.
Miller. Now the pitch. That's high for a ball. And the 2-1 count. You always talk about the pitcher keeping the base runner close here to help your catcher out, and that's true, but also infielders can play a part in that, as you talked about as well.
Yeah, you can help, 1 or 2 feet can make a difference between being out or being safe at the plate.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. Another fastball blows it by him on a hard cut by Falkenstein. 2-2 count.
Yeah, Mike's got some good life on that fastball. He just needs to make sure it's close enough they're tempted to swing.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Way able to work out of that damage. Kind of created it himself, but he came back, made some good pitches there, and was able to get out of it.
Ends up striking out the side. His 5th strikeout thrown of the game. No runs scored for Hoban. Through 4. Hiland a 4-2 lead. This is the Carmichael Classic on WKLM.
Critchfield Law Firm has always been dedicated to providing the highest quality legal services to their clients throughout Holmes County and surrounding areas. Critchfield Law Firm also understands the dedication of our youth. From the classroom to the music room to athletics, Holmes County's best is represented in every academic area. Critchfield Law Firm in Millersburg, wishing all who participate the best in their endeavors.
At Mack Oilfield Service, they offer specialized trucking, water hauling, dirt work, and general oil field service in New York, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Ohio. They have the equipment and manpower to tackle any task handed to them. The future lies in the hands of our youth, and Mack Oilfield Service is proud to support them. Call Mack Oilfield Service for all your oil field needs at 330-674-7371. That's 330-674-7371.
Get luxury for every home with Montana Forge Hardware at MRV Siding Supply. Montana Forge provides custom luxury for every home and is one of the most affordable luxury brands in the industry, with solid forged brass designer hardware manufactured to the highest standards. Don't forget about beautiful Montana Forge bath hardware, available in all Montana Forge finishes. That's MRV Siding Supply in Millersburg, Newark, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Visit them on the web at mrvsiding.com.
Get your siding supplies from the siding guys. MRV Siding Supply.
Okay. Top of the fifth inning, a 4-2 lead for Hiland. And it'll be the top of the order for the Hawks at the plate. Mike Miller followed by Colin Koblenz and Caden Koblenz. There's a swing and a miss for a strike. Mike Miller 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts so far today.
Started him off with a good curveball right there. That one was sharp, broke right off the table.
And Matt Ramsey on the mound for a second straight inning. That pitch can be high for a ball. And it goes to 1 ball and 1 strike now to Mike Miller. 4-2 Hawk lead in the fifth. The pitch. So on be a chop foul down the first base side. Goes to 1-2. Beltway Paving Company is a well-known asphalt paving contractor for homes in surrounding counties since 1964, specializing in asphalt paving, crack sealing, seal coating, chip and seal, and pavement planing. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. They'll strike him out. And for Mike Miller, his third strikeout today. First out thrown of the fifth inning here for Hardesty, or for Ramsey, I should say, in Hoban.
Mike needs to keep his head clear. He needs to focus on pitching. The rest of the guys will pick up the offense.
At the plate, Colin Koblenz, who is 1 for 2 with a big one. A 2-run shot he hit in that third inning. The pitch. His third home run of the season. It's down low, ball 1 to Colin Koblenz.
Yeah, that first curveball he threw to Mike was probably the best one that we've seen him throw. Colin had a big swing. Get the Hawks on the board.
That was big to get the offense going. That pitch going to be high for a ball. 2-0 count. Top of the fifth inning right now. 4-2. All 4 runs for Hiland scored in that third inning. And the 2-0. So it's going to be a line toward left field. That's going to be a base hit. Koblenz's second hit today goes to the opposite field again, that time on the line drive single.
Yeah, nice smooth swing. Collins staying inside the baseball a lot better than he was earlier in the year, and he's driving it a lot harder.
Here's Caden Koblenz, 1 for 2 with the strikeout, also a double, and also a run scored.
At first I thought the left fielder was going to come in and try to make a play on that ball, but he checked up.
The pitch. So it'll be a fly ball. It'll be toward meeting deep right field down the line. It's going to be a foul ball. It's going to be an 0-1 count. That's one thing, is you're an outfielder. You're trying to judge whether to dive after a ball. If it gets by, it's going to roll a while here in this turf.
Yes, it is.
0-1 count to Koblenz.
Got to make sure you keep that ball in front of you. Got one out here. Caden put a really nice swing on it his last time up, too.
Here's the 0-1. So it'll be a shot foul on the curveball. Strike 2. 0-2 the count to Caden Koblenz. Yet earlier today at the Carmichael Classic, saw West Holmes defeat Downton 7-1 over at Worcester High School. Worcester, Hillsdale, and Triway being the 3 venues being used this year. The pitch. Way high. A little chin music that time. Ball 1.
Now, I'm assuming that was a setup pitch.
Yep, you would think.
If Kane can do a job, stay on the baseball, drive it to that right side.
Go to first base and sliding back safely, Colin Koblenz. One out, runner on. And the pitch. Check swing, he fouls it to the backstop.
Nothing wrong with that. Foul it off, get another pitch.
Measure it up. In this, the Sean Carmichael Classic. Sean Carmichael all-time head baseball coach for Triway and also athletic director. They do raise money for scholarships here at Triway as part of this Carmichael Classic. That pitch swung on a grounder towards short. And the glove by Givens. Over to second for the force. Over to first base. Going to be not in time on the turn. So they do force out the Lowland Koblenz for the second out on the 6-4 fielder's hoisted into by Caden Koblenz.
Yeah, Caden's really hard to turn a double play on. So is Colin.
Number 21, Grady Monagold.
Great speed.
Grady Monagold at the plate. He's the other guy that hit the 2-run shot in that third inning. His second home run of the year. He'll be at the plate right now with 2 outs, runner at first base, and Caden Koblenz. The pitch can be just a bit high for a ball.
Well, let's see how Coach Dagas wants to be here. I know you got 2 outs, but if you can get Caden in the scoring position, that would be huge.
The pitch by Ramsey. Swung on the line shot foul over the third base side and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike down to Grady Monagold.
Yeah, he hung a curveball there, got away with it. Curveball was about belt high.
And the pitch. Going to be a bouncer toward short. Going after going to be Givens. Gives it over the second base for the force, and then he'll do it here for the inning. Hiland no runs scored in the 5th, and through 4.5, Hiland has a 4-2 lead over Hoban. This is the Carmichael Classic on WKLM.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's insurance agent. Hoban's Insurance Service, 170 South Clay Street in Millersburg. Call 1-800-340-3767.
MEB Systems, a name that has been around since 1977. It is the area's flat roof specialist. Their mission statement is, serve our team, customers, and community by offering exceptional and innovative flat roofing services, all for the glory of God. MEB Systems has the experience to handle anything from scheduled maintenance to roofing multi-acre facilities protecting valuable equipment and merchandise. Call MEB Systems, your flat roof specialist, at 330-852-4333 or visit them online at MEBsystems.com. MEB Systems wishes all local athletes the best success this year.
Spring into grilling all this week at Roadie's IGA. Hi, this is Scott Roadie. We have St. Louis style pork ribs, $2.98 a pound, 81% lean fresh ground chuck, $3.98 a pound, USDA inspected pork shoulder roast, $1.99 a pound. We also have USDA choice boneless bottom round steak, $5.18, USDA choice boneless New York strip steak, $10.98 a pound, 12-ounce package of pink salmon fillets for $3.98, and coconut or boom boom royal Asian shrimp, $6.98. Plus download your digital coupon for crazy low price on select items Thursday through Sunday at Roadie's IG Marketplace in Millersburg.
Bottom half of the 5th inning. 0-1 count to Andrew Karhoff in the curveball in the inside corner. It is the 4-2 Hiland advantage. Mike Miller remains on the mound, and the lefty now with the pitch. And it'll be inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 3, 4, and 5 batters to the plate for Hoban. Andrew Karhoff's at the plate. He's 1 for 2 with the RBI double. A run scored. He's also flown out the center. Brady Walker and Cole Andrews after that. The pitch by Miller. Going to be just a bit outside for a ball. And it's a 2-1 count. Both runs scored in the first inning for Hoban off a couple of hits. They've gotten no hits since then. And they've left 6 runners on base.
Yeah, he's seen a steady diet of off-speed pitches since that first inning.
Here's the pitch. Cold strike on the inside corner. It's a 1-2 count.
Now they got him looking for it, and he's guessing a little bit in the box.
Miller working for that stretch position. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a fly ball. Fairly deep center field going back is Colin Koblenz. It's going to be a running grab near the fence. Colin Koblenz. Well, he tracks everything down out there.
Yeah, he did the last second. Logan was right there, and Colin, you could tell, called him off. Logan was trying to get out of the way. I don't know if they have a statistic for how many runs an outfielder saves you, but he's got a bunch.
He's right up there, that's for sure. Brady Walker at the plate. He's walked, he's been hit by a pitch. Whether you need tires along with farm tires and in service, fully equipped in auto service, or semi-truck tires, stop by Millersburg Tire Service on State Route 39 in Millersburg. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled to the backstop. Or online, MillersburgTireservice.com, in business for over 72 years. One out, nobody aboard in the fifth. A 4-2 Hiland advantage.
Be nice if Michael can have a clean inning here, and then you have the bottom of the order coming up next inning.
Here's the pitch. Check swing, and think he went too far, and it's going to be a strike. 0-2 count. Miller has struck out 5. He's walked 2. He's hit a batter. Now up to around that 50 pitch mark.
Getting his work in today. He hasn't worked in about a week and a half.
And the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-2 the count.
Good spot there. Better take. Good eye at the plate. But you're still way ahead in the count here. Kind of looked like the hitter peaked.
The pitch, swing and a miss on a curveball. Nasty that time for strike 3. His 6th strikeout thrown today now, Mike Miller.
Didn't matter, did it?
No, it did not. That looked good there. Colt Andrews at the plate. He's 0-2 with a pair of strikeouts. Mentioned Hiland with the busy week next week. Of course, with that Monday game they have at Lexington. Then Thursday, of course, had the home game against Waynedale, the makeup game then. That should be a fun one coming up on Thursday as well. 2 outstanding baseball teams in the area. Here's the pitch. Fastball high for a ball. Koblenz on that team, too. That's pretty good.
Yeah, the rumor has it that might be a little family duel.
Yes.
Got a chance to come watch that. That's 2 of the best teams in the state of Ohio.
Come check that out. We'll be live streaming that game as well. Here is the pitch. Now drops in there for a strike. 1-1 count. Of course, Friday of next week, a little night game against Strasburg at the Lehman Field. We'll also be live streaming that game as well. Crossover game in the IVC. And then next Saturday at Wheeling Central Catholic, who's had an outstanding season themselves this year.
Yeah, one of the top teams in the state of West Virginia. They have a lot of talent.
That pitch going to be just a bit high for a ball.
And don't forget, we got that game with Garraway that's in the 9th inning.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to finish that one.
Yep, that's come back on Tuesday, I should say. Yeah, they finished that game, 4-4?
4-4 in the 9th.
Here's the pitch. Just a bit high for a ball, 3-1 the count.
Michael's taking his time out here. I like to see that. Get your composure back. Get reset. Some guys, work at different pace. And
yep.
Some guys get that ball, get right on the mound, and go, go, go. Sometimes you got to slow yourself down and get your mechanics back.
We'll get the changes here. It'll be, as I mentioned, Mantham at the plate. 2 outs, runner at first.
Now, last time Mike had a runner at first, he struggled with his command a little bit. Like to see him go right at these guys. If they bunts, take the out.
The pitch. It'll be just a bit low for a ball. Makes it a 1-0 count to Bantam.
Tell you what, Danny's keeping an eye on that guy down at first. We might see a snap throw behind him here. If he gets out there too far.
Blake.
Several times.
Blake Dugan, senior. He's the base runner now. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a grounder on the third base side. It'll be foul. On the grounder, goes to 1 ball, 1 strike.
Luke's got to be heads up if Danny decides to come up and fire to first. Hitter's choking up here. He knows his job is to get that guy to second.
And the pitch. It's going to be a bouncer in the hole. Rolls to the left field. Going to be a base hit. Over to second base is Dugan, I should say. And runners now first and second. That's the first hit for Hoban since that first inning. But now with 2 outs, there's 2 runners aboard. And that will send Dashiell Himlick to the plate. He's 0-2 with a ground out to third and also a strikeout.
Nice short swing right there. He put that ball right into the hole. He choked up a little bit. Compact swing. Good piece of hitting. Turned that fastball around.
Knights threatening to get him with 2 down in the 5th. Down by 2. And the pitch. That's a fastball going to be just a bit high. Ball 1.
Seems if Mike's missed, that's where it's been. Off the plate outside.
Miller. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew it by in that time for strike 1. 1-1 the count to Himlick.
That one there was right on the corner. Great pitch. Get back and execute. He's had some traffic on the bases, and he was able to get it out a bit earlier today. See if he can do it again. Strand those runners.
And the pitch. Swing and miss, went upstairs for strike 2. Throw to second base.
Got him.
Picked them off. The throw by Danny Hostother. The tag applied by Candle, and they pick off Dugan at second base.
Yeah, Danny. I don't know how many times he's done that this year, but you cannot stray too far off the bases. Apparently, Hoban didn't get the scouting report.
No doubt, and that will do it for the inning. And I'll erase that threat, and through 5, it's a 4-2 Hiland advantage. This is the Carmichael Classic on WKLM.
At Pomerene Hospital, you're not just a number, you're their neighbor. From family care and women's health to more than 1,400 surgeries they perform each year. Pomerene brings reliable local health care to patients across Holmes, Tuscarawas, and Ashland counties. Whether it's a routine checkup or help manage any chronic condition, there's a Pomerene provider nearby. Visit PomereneHospital.org to get in, get seen, and get the care you deserve. Pomerene Hospital, caring for our community's health.
Time is ticking and your dream home is waiting. This is Ben Hirschberger at the Commercial and Savings Bank. We understand that buying a home can be overwhelming, but with CSB, it's easier than ever. We offer a range of options. Whether you're looking to buy, build, refinance, or improve your home, our mortgage lenders will guide you every step of the way. Visit our website at csb1.com to apply online today and turn your dream into a reality. The Commercial and Savings Bank, where homeownership begins. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is Croy with Burgett Insurance. If you can't remember the last time you've reviewed your insurance policies, you're not alone. Burgett Insurance and Buckeye Insurance Group work together to make sure you are properly covered. Call the friendly, knowledgeable staff of Burgett Insurance at 330-276-3791. We provide service that exceeds expectations and coverage that meets your needs. Buckeye Insurance Group and Burgett Insurance, working together to protect you.
And already here now on that first pitch high for a ball here in the top of the 6th. That is a 4-2 lead still for Hiland. At the plate going to be Danny Hostother to get things started, followed by Caden Candle and then Logan Yoder. Here's Matt Ramsey, the freshman on the mound again. That'll hit the home plate and bounces to the backstop, ball 2. Hostother has walked. He's also flown out the center field so far today.
Almost looked like he might have got him on the toe, but Danny's not trying to go to first.
He wants to hit him.
Yes.
Ramsey now with the pitch. It's going to be a line towards center field, going after it, and making the grab is going to be Falkenstein. Hit it hard, but Falkenstein right there to make the grab.
Yeah, you know, that's one of those things. Danny's been really hot. He's hit the ball hard today, just hit it right at him.
Now batting number 3.
It's the old saying, hit it where they ain't.
Yep. Here's Caden Candle at the plate. He struck out one time. He's walked one time today. Stop in for weekly specials, along with a great selection. That pitch going to be swung on and fouled away. In the deli, meat, and produce departments, fresh arrangement of flowers. Check out the Posey Pad Floral Shop. And then before you head out, sign up for a Roadie's Rewards card at Roadie's IGA. 0-1 count. Here's the wind, the pitch by Ramsey. Swinging and missing, a nice curveball there for strike 2.
I tell you, for a freshman, he's got a bright future ahead of him. That was a nice curveball there. His fastball's got good life on it.
He'll step off the rubber. We're in the top of the 6th from Triway. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew it by him. Strike 3. That's 2 quick outs. The second strikeout thrown by Ramsey in relief today.
High fastball. And Caden couldn't catch up to it.
That'll bring up Logan Yoder. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Also a sacrifice bunt today. Here's the pitch by Ramsey. Curveball. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
He's got a good curveball. It's tight. Fastball's got some life to it late.
Working quickly, the pitch. Swing and a miss that time. He chased after it way out of the zone. And strike 2. Quickly an 0-2 count.
Yeah, Logan's got to do a better job. See that pitch longer. Take it up the middle, hit his right field. Way out in front.
The pitch. That's out time. Then he'll lay off it. Goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hiland went down in order in the first, but that has not happened since then. Wind picking up again. Of course, cloudy skies we've dealt with throughout the day. Here's the 1 and the 1-2. So going to be a grounder toward third. Going to be backhanded grab by third by Hamlick. Throws the first in time for the out.
Yeah, nice play by a third baseman. Logan hit that one right on the seams. 1 hop and made a strong throw to first.
Sharply hit, but it goes 1, 2, 3 in the 6th through 5.5. A 4-2 Hiland lead over Hoban. This is the Carmichael Classic on WKLM.
Attention Knights Nation, this is Noah Clark with Clark Fowler Electric. As a proud sponsor of West Home Sports from T-ball all the way through high school, Clark Fowler Electric Motors and Supplies is on top of the game. With almost 3 decades as the area's leading provider in parts, repairs, and service, Clark Fowler is a team that you can count on. If you've had a breakdown, we'll get you back up and running and get you back into the game. Visit ClarkFowlerElectric.com for more details and information and all your electric motor needs. Go Knights!
At Wayne Door, we are your trusted partner in helping you build your dream home with quality technicians who pay attention to every detail so you won't have to pay costly future repairs. At Wayne Door, we only install high-quality products to protect your family for generations to come. We have your whole house covered with garage doors, windows, and more. So choose the team at Wayne Door. People you can trust since 1973. Visit WayneDoor.com for a free quote today.
Looking for a path to real-world business skills for your child? Discover Buckeye Career Center's Buckeye Business Academy at East Holmes during our open house on Tuesday, April 29th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Learn practical skills like accounting, personal finance, computer training, and more. Meet the instructor, tour the classroom, and apply for next school year. Join us at the Buckeye Business Academy inside the Holmes Center for the Arts at 5200 State Route 39 on April 29th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m.
In bottom of the 6th inning, 4-2 lead still for the Hawks. Here's the pitch. Mike Miller going to be swinging a miss and swinging a foul ball, I should say, to the backstop. Strike one, the Dashiell Himlick, who, of course, he was at the plate to end the last inning. That's when Yanni Hostetler picked off the runner at second base to end the 5th, so he'll get the lead off the 6th inning in Dashiell Himlick. The number 7 batter in the lineup. Here's the pitch. Down low for a ball, 1-1 count, followed by Caden Marks and Nico Sella.
That's one of those things I'm sure Coach Carmichael talked to his base runner there. You know, with 2 outs, you're already in scoring position.
No need to get off too far. Take that chance. Here's the pitch. Going to be just a bit outside for a ball. Goes to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Umpire's done a really good job today. Consistent zone. That's all you ask for.
Makes a difference with both hitter and pitcher and knowing where those calls are going to be. Here's the pitch. Swampy fouled back and out of play, goes even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Killbuck Savings Bank proudly supporting the local youth, and they hope that you all knock it out of the park, celebrating 125 years of serving the community.
You can see Triway still got some construction going on here, but they got the new school and they got the turf here on the field. They're making a lot of improvements, and that's good to see.
Yes, it is. Here's the 2-2. Going to be a cold strike 3 on the curveball outside corner, and there's now 1 away. That's strikeout number 7 thrown in the game by Mike Miller.
Yeah, he started that one off the plate outside and broke over inside, or into the outside corner.
You're not going to hit that.
No. Now we got a pinch hitter here, number 30.
And number 30. Do I have a number 30?
Mystery player.
Yeah. Let's see what they pulled up here. That is going to be, looks like Zach Karhoff is going to be the hitter.
And that's one of the things Coach Mass came over here in between innings when I was asking, you know, do you have trouble picking that ball up? And you can kind of see behind the pitcher there, you got the skyline, and some of those trees don't have leaves on them yet, and that might be contributing to the high strikeout totals.
Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1 count.
Hitter did not agree with that call, but
no,
he's been consistent with it.
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, blew it by him there for strike 2 in the big cut. 0-2 the count to Zach Carr.
And then, you know, as a catcher or a pitcher, when you see a hitter react like that, you know where the next pitch is going.
That's right. That same spot. Here is Miller with the pitch here. Curveball swing and a miss. Strikes him out on 3 pitches.
Yeah, nice pitch. That one went in on his hands. Swung right over top of it.
Now batting number 5, Nico
At the plate, Nico Sella in the 9th slot. He's walked 2 times so far today. Miller trying to avoid that here. He's now thrown 8 strikeouts for the contest. 2 outs, nobody aboard for Hoban. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-2 Hiland.
You know, they've had some base runners today, but our pitchers have stepped up, made the pitches when they needed to.
Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1 count.
I still kind of wonder a little bit with that turf mound there. You saw that one time Michael stumbled.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sometimes can be a little slick. We've had some rain.
Pitch will going to be a high fly ball. Shallow right field going over and making the catch out there right field. Logan Yoder, that'll be out number 3.
Nice inning there by Michael.
1, 2, 3, it goes through 6, a 4-2 Hiland lead over Hoban. This is the Carmichael Classic on WKLM.
Call Berlin Heating and Cooling, your Rheem Pro partner, and you know you're calling the very best. Berlin Heating and Cooling services and installs Rheem and all types of furnaces and air conditioning equipment. Berlin Heating and Cooling, they're your local team you can trust. Call them today at 330-893-3057. That's 330-893-3057.
The secret's out. Thread and Ink in Holmesville is open to take care of your custom apparel, embroidery, and screen printing needs. They offer a storefront with apparel for West Holmes, Hiland, and surrounding schools. Whether it's school spirit wear, professional business attire, accessories, or unique custom designs, they deliver excellence in every product. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 till 5. Thread and Ink is located at 8210 County Road 245 in Holmesville. Or call Justine at 330-279-9222. That's Thread and Ink, custom embroidery and screen printing in Holmesville.
With today's market instability, many homeowners are looking to up-home rather than buy or build a new one. At Home Siding Contractors, we know choosing the many colors and styles of siding, replacement windows, and doors can be overwhelming. At Home Siding Contractors, we can help make that decision easier. Durability, beauty, and low maintenance over time describes our products the best. Call Home Siding Contractors today at 888-725-6619 and let our professional staff help upgrade your home today.
Top of the 7th inning, 4-2 Hiland. Here's the pitch. Going to be down low, hits the turf for ball 1 to Luke Hirschberger. 8-9-1 batters to the plate. Hirschberger followed by Cade Beachy, then the top of the order. Hirschberger, he's popped out the third, and he's also flown out to left field.
I'd like to see Luke take some pitches here, make him work a little bit.
Fastball there for a strike, and the throw by the freshman Matt Ramsey. 1 ball, 1 strike to Luke Hirschberger. 4-2 ball game, and again, all the runs being scored for Hiland that third inning with the two-run homers by swing and a miss there for strike 2.
Might have been a changeup there.
Yeah.
Good pitch. Luke swung right over top of it. Haven't seen that yet.
Colin Koblenz and Grady Monagold each for the 2-run homers back in the third inning. That has been the difference today. The pitch. Swampy popped up behind the second base bag near center field, and did he catch it? No, he wasn't able to make the grab. That was the shortstop. Will Gibbons couldn't corral it, and it'll fall in there.
Kind of hit it in the Bermuda Triangle right there. You could tell they were all kind of looking at each other, and nobody really took charge. And, when you start hearing footsteps, distracts you a little bit.
Yeah, it does. So Hirschberger's going to be at first base, and now Cade Beachy at the plate. And we'll go ahead and call that a single. Here's the pitch outside, hits the turf, bounces to the backstop. He showed bunt, but now he won't have to do that.
That's one of those things, Hiland had the 2 big swings. Now we're going to see if they can manufacture a run here. Get one from the bottom of the order, turn it over to the top. I wouldn't be surprised to see if Cade still goes ahead and lays it down. Corners are in.
He does show it. He'll bunt it, fouls, he bounces it to the backstop. 1-1 count now to Cade Beachy.
So one of the things here, the first baseman's charging so much. Cade's going to have to try to get that ball down the third baseline, and Luke's going to have to pay attention here. If he bunts it too hard to first base, they might try to get him at third. So Luke's got to make a good read here. Cade's got to make sure he gets it down.
Of course, he flew out the right in his last at bat. And that time Ramsey will look the runner back at second base.
Kind of wonder if that wind was pushing that ball out towards center field. Struggled with it a little bit. See if we can take advantage.
The pitch shows bunt. Bunt it foul again, though. So now strike 2, and he'll be swinging away.
Yeah, that one there was too high. That was a ball.
Yep.
You want to make sure you let that one go, because if you do bunt it, odds are you're going to pop it up. Luckily, went to the backstop, and I don't know if first baseman's going to move back or not. We got 2 strikes. There he goes. No, he's still in. Kind of surprising me.
Here's the pitch. Outside, lays off it. Ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Okay, now he's moving back to being even with the base. Third base is even with the bag.
Wind picking up again here in the 7th inning.
Big hole on the left side right here.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that is out number 1 of the inning. Third strikeout thrown by Ramsey. Runner on, 1 out. And out of the top of the order for Mike Miller. Miller still trying to get on track. He's struck out 3 times so far today. Runner at second, 1 out.
Yeah, I like to see Mike be aggressive here early in the count. He's had a couple times where he got deep in the count. Let's see if he attacks.
Going to be in there next. Going to be a little low, I should say, for a ball 1. 1-0 count to Mike Miller.
I was with you there. I thought that might have been a strike.
Yeah.
But got 2 more chances here to get him in. I'd like to see you add on before you get to the heart of that Hoban lineup.
The pitch. Swung on, be fouled to the backstop.
Yeah, Mike wants that one back, but then again, he was out in front of that one a little bit. I wonder if that's if he started going to a changeup. Like I said, this for a freshman, he's been impressive.
Now he's saying that is 0-2. I didn't understand his signal before that.
I wondered.
Here's the 0-2. Going to be a cold strike 3 on the curveball. Through the hook, and he got him. So there's now 2 outs in the inning. That'll bring Colin Koblenz to the plate.
Well, Colin's been one of the hotter hitters in the lineup here. Let's see if he can string some 2-out hits here together. They're putting him on, and I can honestly say I don't blame him.
I don't, but the next guy's pretty tough, too.
Yeah, the next guy on deck, he's had a couple good swings today. Tell you what, if he leaves a pitch middle up, he's going to wish they hadn't walked Colin.
Here's Caden Koblenz, the pitch. Fastball in the outside corner. That's a cold strike. It's an 0-1 count.
Yeah, that's about the perfect spot right there. But Caden's more than capable here. Just needs to put a good swing on one.
And the 0-1. Curveball down low, lays off it. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Caden Koblenz 1 for 2 today with a double and a run scored.
Yeah, good take right there by Caden.
First and second, 2 outs. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Hiland up by 2. The pitch swung on line to left field. It's going to be a base hit. The third base is going to be Luke Hershberger rounding third. He'll be held by Degas, and now bases are loaded.
Yeah, he just hit that ball too hard. It got to the left fielder on 1 hop. Going to be up to Grady Monagold here with 2 outs to keep it going.
Monagold, the 2-run homer. He got back in the third. Can't put him on. Bases are juiced with 2 outs.
Now we got a trip to the mound here.
And remember, if you get into a collision, make your first call to Finish Line Auto Body, where they have experts in collision repair, and they'll even help with up to $500 of your insurance deductible. Give Brooks a call, 674-1483. That's Finish Line Auto Body. Obviously, a good time to have a discussion with your pitcher here as Hiland looking to add on to their lead. And if you're hoping you're trying to keep it at a 2-run distance to have a chance here in the bottom of the 7th inning, but the Hawks have a chance to really kind of put a little help here for their pitcher.
Yeah, put some distance between them and
right here.
Between them and Hoban, and now Grady's just going to have a good at bat here.
Grady Monagold into the batter's box. Bases are loaded. There's 2 outs. Now we're ready as Ramsey working from the stretch still. And the pitch. Be a fastball in there for a strike. It's an 0-1 count.
Yeah, he's going to have to commit to hitting that ball up the middle left side. Stay on it. Not sure he agreed with the call, though.
Ramsey the pitch. So it'll be a foul, straight back, hit off the handle. Goes to 0-2. Went outside and then back to the inside of the plate.
Yep. A little bit late on that, just about belt high. Now he's going to have to change his approach here a little bit and just be content to hit a ball back up the middle here if you can.
Ramsey the pitch. It's going to be a grounder towards second. It's going to be scooped up by Marks, throws to first base in time for the out, and that will do it for the inning. So Hiland threatens but does not score in the 7th through 6.5. Hiland 4-2 over Hoban. This is the Carmichael Classic on WKLM.
Beachy's Auto Diesel and Tire Service continues to offer the convenience of 2 great locations on US 62 in Weinsberg and on County Road 201 in Berlin. The Weinsberg shop will take care of heavy-duty truck and fleet customers from 7 a.m. to midnight, while the Berlin facility will repair auto and light trucks from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Contact them in Weinsberg at 330-359-5421 or in Berlin at 330-674-6970. That's Beachy's Auto Diesel and Tire Service in Weinsberg and Berlin.
Premier Pharmacy has more ways to serve you. I'm Joel Gauss from Premier Pharmacy, and I'm happy to announce that our newest location in Sugar Creek is open and accepting new patients. Our location in downtown Sugar Creek accepts most major insurances and offers the same great service you've come to expect in our Berlin and Millersburg locations, including delivery and vaccination services. Give us a call today at 330-852-5146 and start experiencing the Premier Pharmacy difference. Premier Pharmacy is your local, hometown, independent pharmacy.
Denko Marketing and Tricord, two reputable entities, are the proud sponsors of this broadcast. Denko takes pride in distributing garage door parts and producing specialty tools, serving customers at home and abroad. Need superior tools for your project? Head to Tricord Industrial on Bowman Street in Worcester, boasting an impressive lineup of Milwaukee power tools, Wright tools, grade 5, grade 8, and stainless steel fasteners. While visiting, don't overlook their steel blue work boots and wide selection of drill bits, taps, and dies. Denko and Tricord, proud partners of making an impact in your community.
But over here, I can't tell. I'm
bottom half of the 7th inning, and do or die time for Hoban. Hiland trying to close it out. It's a 4-2 advantage for the Hawks. Colin Koblenz will be the new pitcher trying to close it out. He does have 2 saves already this year, and he'll be the save man here in this one as well. He'll be the top of the order for Hoban. At the plate, Will Givens, followed by Grady Falkenstein and Andrew Karhoff. Of course, the tall lefty on the mound, Colin Koblenz, and he throws pretty hard.
Yes, he does, and that's one of the things we just talked about. Colin needs to stay smooth in his mechanics, try not to overpower the baseball.
Leading off.
When he does that, he's really good.
Absolutely. So you can do that here. So he faces Will Givens to start things off. Givens 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout and a ground out the third so far today. And today's player of the game presented by Buckeye Deli in the Patio, where great food meets great times, from delicious pizza and bar snacks to milkshakes and other beverages. That's Buckeye Deli in the Patio in Nashville. 4-2 Hiland, bottom of the 7th inning for Hoban. Colin Koblenz now with the pitch. Fastball zips it in there for a strike. It's now an 0-1 count.
And I tell you what a luxury to have. You got a 6'4" lefty to come in and throw the 7th inning. And like we said, the biggest thing was Colin is throwing the strikes. Stay smooth in your mechanics.
Here's the 0-1. So one of the popped up first base side. Foul territory, plenty of room for Luke Hershberger. He'll make the grab. And just like that, on 2 pitches, there's 1 away.
You know, that's what we talked about the other day. They said up at Akron, it was either Akron or one of the games that PBR was at, that Colin hit 93.
Wow. Yep.
And, you know, he can get up there, but you don't always need to throw that. 88, 89, it's going to be very effective.
That's plenty fast.
Hit your spots.
Here's Grady Falkenstein. And the pitch. So I'm going to be fouled straight back. 0-1 count. Falkenstein 1 for 2 with a double, a strikeout, a walk, and a run scored today. And you think about the 3 pitchers today. Of course, Caden Koblenz, the righty who throws hard. Then you throw the lefty and Mike Miller. And come back with a lefty and Colin Koblenz. All 3 different guys here through different speeds and a lot of different looks here, but all very effective. Here's the pitch. Curveball. That's a nasty one in there for a called strike, and now an 0-2 count.
Yeah, if he can throw that for a strike, good luck. And they're all different looks. We have some other kids that we're going to see pitch next week, but if Colin can come in and close it.
Here's the pitch. Curveball. He checked the swing. Did he hold it? I guess they're going to say yeah. Or they're going to check.
Nope.
See, he did hold a swing, but a nice pitch nonetheless. 1-2 count to Falkenstein.
And that's what we were talking a little bit about. You know, Max Preps has Hiland ranked as #1 team in the state, and it's like, well, are we that good? Is Hiland that good?
Fastball going to be a cold strike 3 on the inside corner.
Other teams have a really hard time scoring.
Yeah, that's maybe a reason right there where maybe they are that good, huh?
Yeah, that might have been 93 right down the middle. And just go back to your dugout. Not much you can do, especially after those 2 curveballs he threw.
2 down, nobody aboard. Hoban down to their final out. Here's Andrew Karhoff. And the pitch. Going on to be a grounder toward short. He scoots up by Koblenz, throws to first base, going to be there in time. That'll do it. And the third save of the season for Colin Koblenz. And Hiland gets the win 4-2.
Yeah, nice win by the Hawks there. That's a really quality team. They just beat Akron Hoban, and, you know, good pitching, good defense, and you had 2 big swings.
All adds up to a victory. And, again, Today's play of the game being brought to you by Kaufman Realty and Auctions, your complete real estate and auction service. Visit their website, kaufmanrealty.com, or call 1-888-852-4111. I think it's pretty easy to go back and figure out where the key plays were today. And that came back in the third inning. 2 two-run homers by Colin Kovitz as well as Grady Monaco were the two big key plays of the game of this contest.
Yeah, and you look at both of those swings, Hardesty was missing up in the zone a little bit there, and it's like, okay, if you miss up in the zone to the wrong people, and you know what, Colin and Grady probably put the two best swings on those balls that we saw all day, driving them out to left center.
And that was huge, and that made the difference in the contest along with the pitching, and the Hawks get the 4-2 victory. We'll go ahead and take a break, come back with a post-game show next on WKLM.
Taking on a large exterior home project is no small task. When you're looking for the best options in roofing, siding, windows, and doors, Provia products are the clear choice. At Provia, quality is engineered into the product, integrity is never compromised, and local craftsmanship delivers a stunning final result that will last for generations. Our experts at Keim Home Center are here to help you explore the possibilities. Visit Keim in Charm, Ohio. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, and the comforts of home are all gone. Be prepared for the next power outage with a Generac home standby generator. And now, for a limited time, get a free, complete 7-year warranty with purchase. That's a $735 value, absolutely free. Team up with Millersburg Electric and Generac today to schedule your free in-home consultation and a turnkey generator install. Don't miss out on the free 7-year warranty, so call today or visit millersburgelectric.com and be ready for the next power outage.
Hey, other guys' insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course.
At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
Fikert Sand and Gravel Incorporated has been serving the central Ohio areas of Wayne and Holmes counties since 1935. They're a name and business you can trust. Their products and services include ready-mix concrete, excavating, limestone, sand and gravel, and hauling services. They are locally owned and operated, insured and bonded, and most importantly, ready to serve you. For more information, call 330-674-0038.
Firestone Farm tires are the most preferred tires in America. Not only are they proven to be among the most productive farm tires you can buy, they're backed and serviced by the best trained and equipped farm tire dealer, the Certified Firestone Farm Tire Dealer. So whether you need top quality Firestone Farm tires or fast, dependable tire service, count on us to keep you rolling.
Get your Firestone tires at Millersburg Tire Service, State Route 39, Millersburg.
When you're thinking of an old-fashioned smokehouse flavor, think Sugar Valley Meats. They cure their own ham and bacon, and the old-fashioned smokehouse uses hickory, apple, and sassafras. Processing, curing, and custom butchering are available. Cut to your specifications. Stop in and see all the products that they offer. That's Sugar Valley Meats on Dutch Valley Drive in Sugar Creek. Turn left at the light, and Sugar Valley Meats is 1/4 mile on the right. Call today, 330-852-4423.
And today's post-game show brought to you by Pomeranian Hospital. Hiland gets the win 4-2 here at the Carmichael Classic, defeating the Hoban Knights. And for the contest, Hoban actually jumped on Hiland first with a pair of runs in that first inning. And after an out to start off the inning, it was a double by Grady Falkenstein, then followed by an RBI double by Andrew Karhoff as well. Another run would score in the inning, and they led 2-0 after one. And it stayed away going into the top of the third inning, but that's when Hiland came through after an out to start the inning, then a walk to Keith Hirschberger, then an out to Mike Miller. There's 2 outs with a runner on in that third inning. That's when Colin Kovitz stepped up to the plate and he hit a 2-run homer, his 3rd home run of the season, an opposite field shot. That tied it up at 2 apiece, and the Hawks weren't done. A double by Caden Kovitz off the fence. That was followed up by a 2-run homer by Grady Monagold. That was his 2nd home run of the season, and Hiland would take at that point a 4-2 lead with the two-run homers for the Hawks in that third inning. It was all zeros, though, the rest of the way after that. that. And both pitchers on both sides doing a great job, and Hiland gets the 4-2 victory over Hoban today. We'll take a break, come back with the final numbers after this from Pomerene Hospital.
At Pomerene Hospital, you're not just a number, you're their neighbor. From family care and women's health to more than 1,400 surgeries they perform each year. Pomerene brings reliable local health care to patients across Holmes, Tuscarawas, and Ashland counties. Whether it's a routine checkup or help manage any chronic condition, there's a Pomerene provider nearby. Visit PomereneHospital.org to get in, get seen, and get the care you deserve. Pomerene Hospital, caring for our community's health.
Hiland wins it over Hoban today over Triway in the Carmichael Classic 4-2 on the victory for the Hawks today to remain unbeaten on the year. Hiland had 4 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, 6 left on base. Offensively, Colin Koblenz went 2 for 3 at the plate with the walk, the 2-run homer. And, of course, he finished up with the 2 RBIs on the day. Also for Hiland, Caden Koblenz went 2 for 4 at the plate. We had the double and a run scored. Brady Monagold went 1 for 4 with the 2-run home run. Home run he got in that third inning as well for the Hiland Hawks offense. And Luke Hirschberger also going 1 for 3 at the plate. He had a single on the day as well. On the other end for Hoban, they had 2 runs on just 3 hits, no errors, and 7 left on base. Brady Falkenstein 1 for 3 with a double, a walk, and a run scored. Andrew Karhoff went 1 for 4 with the double, and RBI, and a run scored. He got that in the first, but didn't get a hit after that RBI double he got in the first inning the rest of the game. Blake Banton went 1 for 3 with a single on the day as well. On the mound for Hiland, Caden Koblenz went the first 2 innings. He allowed 2 runs, 1 earned, and 2 hits allowed. He struck out 3. He walked 4. Getting the win in the relief on the mound for Hiland was Mike Miller. He went 4 innings of relief, allowed no runs, 1 hit, struck out 8. He walked 3 and hit a batter. Now, Colin Koblenz will get the save through 1 inning, allowed no runs, no hits, struck out 1, and he walked nobody. On the other end for Hoban, it was Jack Hardesty who at the first 3 innings, he allowed 4 runs, all 4 earned, and 3 hits allowed. He struck out 5 and walking 2. He'll get the loss. Matt Ramsey pitched the final 4 innings. He allowed no runs, 3 hits allowed. He struck out 4, and he walked 2 batters as well for the freshman. Hiland gets the win 4-2 over Hoban today. Back to wrap it up in the player of the game after this from Pomerene Hospital.
At Pomerene Hospital, you're not just a number, you're their neighbor. From family care and women's health to more than 1,400 surgeries they perform each year. Pomerene brings local health care to patients across Holmes.
Again, the 4-2 winner, and John Monagold alongside me here today, and just really an all-around solid performance today against an outstanding baseball team.
Yeah, you got good pitching, you got good defense, and then that 1 inning they were able to get to the Hoban starter, Colin came through, drove that ball to the left center gap over the fence, and then Caden came up. It was like those 3 swings right there won the game. But, when you play good defense, you pitch well, and, it seems to be the theme the whole season, actually the last couple years. But one of the things we talked about with this team is they have the capability. They can beat you with 1 swing. You make a mistake, they'll make you pay.
They got it done once again in our Buckeye Deli Player of the Game. Of course, as always, we have a lot of choices for Hiland every game, it seems like, but Colin Koblenz will be our Buckeye Deli Player of the Game for Colin. He, of course, had the pair of hits, 3 space 3 times. The 2-run homer he got really kind of got things going in that third inning. Also got the save at the end, and we've seen him do that a few times through the course of this year. So Colin Koblenz will be our Buckeye Deli Player of the Game.
Yeah, you can't say enough about Colin. He struggled with some arm injuries last couple years, but I tell you what, he's a great hitter, and now if you put him on the mound in the 7th inning and he can stay within himself, throw strikes. He's throwing 92, 93, and then today it's really the first time we saw him use that curveball, and if he has that curveball, that puts him on a totally different level. And I tell you what, that takes this Hiland team to an even greater level than what they already have been.
Trish Day was talking before the game here that Hiland lost by a run to this Hoban team last year at the Carmichael Classic, and he said these guys remember that. They're competitive. Yeah, we know as well as the much successes they have, they still want to come back and make amends there, and they did that today.
Yeah, last year, Hoban had a couple Division I recruits, and I think it was a 1 or 2-run ball game. Hiland gave them a really good fight, but today, they remember that, but they got down early. But with this team, it's not going to phase them. They're just going to keep attacking, and they're going to be aggressive, and solid baseball win.
Solid baseball win. Hiland goes to 12-0 on the year. And as we mentioned before, a big week for them as they're coming up on Monday with the game at Lexington, the 29th on Tuesday. As John reminded me, they'll have that 4-4 game after 10 innings against Garaway. They have to finish that game up. That'll be on Tuesday, a key IVC South game that was called through the darkness in their game a couple of weeks ago. And then on Thursday, the home game against Waynedale will be live streaming that game on the WKLM YouTube page. Also, Friday, we'll live streaming that game as well. Friday's game's a night game at Lehman Field. out against Strasburg. And, of course, next Saturday, a game at Wheeling Central Catholic as well for Hiland in that game next Saturday. For Hoban, they'll drop their record to 8-4, snapping a 3-game winning streak. Again, this is the 5th annual Sean Carmichael Classic. Sean Carmichael, of course, longtime athletic director at Triway, head baseball coach at Triway. You can tell just how well respected he is. Of course, the father of Derek Carmichael, the head coach for this Hoban team here, and this is really becoming an annual thing here and get a chance to pave the way for some scholarships, and a big thing here to host something like this here for Triway.
Yeah, it's a really neat event. And, we looked at Triway's got this nice turf, and it's nice that they can have those other schools like Worcester, and where did you say they're playing at Hillsdale too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really nice, and hey, anything that you can give back and help the kids, I'm all for it.
We do want to thank also our live stream partners, Claxon Communications today, allowing us to bring this live stream coverage today. Casey Claxon, Gage, Wright, Andrew Dunlap, all a part of that Claxon Communication crew. Also thanks to Brogan Steimel back at WKLM Sports Central. The post-game show brought to you by Pomerane Hospital. For John Monagold, I'm Matt Croy. Again, the final in high school baseball from Triway. Hiland gets the win, defeating Hoban 4-2 at the Carmichael Classic. So long, everybody.
Thank you for watching high school baseball from your hometown radio station, FM 95.3 WKLM.
Tonight's broadcast has been a production of WKLM Radio and Claxon Communications.